There's no dieting on football Sundays. That's not a thing.
I might just fast.
We don't do. That's fine. If you
Just
don't
not
eat, that's fine.
I might just not.
But you
eat.
don't get to eat healthy shit around us when we're stuffing our face with everything else.
I might just not eat.
That's fine. Not eating is a choice that you can make. But if you bring a Tupperware of tuna and avocado,
yeah, it's bad.
it's on site.
It's bad.
Because then you're going to make everyone else feel bad. And that's not okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'd
It's
have
a
to go out
safe
to the
space.
car and eat it in shame.
Sunday's a safe space. On today's Part of My Take, we have an awesome college football preview with our good friend Tom Fornelli, and we also invited Brandon Walker. You'll hear at the beginning we told Brandon Walker he's going to be the college football expert this year. He did not know that Tom Fornelli was in the studio. It was great. Brandon Walker was great too. So awesome deep dive with the two of them, our two favorite college football experts, not named Danny Staples.
Yeah, they were very good. Brandon's got a shady track record whenever someone labels him as an expert.
Yeah.
But he did a good job this time.
That's true. So we also have an interview with our good friend Joey Chestnut, who has a big competition coming up on Monday. Perfect come down from the football we're going to watch all weekend long. We're going to do the Mt Rushmore of things in every college guy's apartment. It is still anyone's Mt Rushmore between Hank and PFT. And then we'll have Fyre Fest. And we're brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. We had the appetizer last week. Now it's time to feast. College football is back. Don't miss any of the action. Jump in at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's a full slate of games for week 1, including the big matchup in Atlanta between the preseason number 1 and number 16 teams. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. This is going to be DraftKings' biggest college football season to date. Enjoy the ride now all the way through the expanded playoffs. And for all newbies out there getting into college spirit, here's something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5, get $250 in bonus bets instantly. We're also going to discuss our favorite week 1 lines during the show. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers. Get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Friday, August 30th, and football is back. PFT, we're recording this early because Pup Punk this weekend. Go buy tickets, Philly and Washington, D.C., but you finally got your Lindenwood game.
We're Lindenwood tonight, man. I'm heavy on Lindenwood. I have no choice but to bet on that.
You waited
even though I do like Kansas, but I'm going to have to bet on Lindenwood.
That felt like the longest week ever.
It was such a long week, and then with reports that like Putin was acting up in Ukraine, I thought maybe World War III would start
and
we wouldn't get to the Lindenwood Kansas game. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed, and we made it.
Yeah,
that is actually a secret phobia of mine. Every single offseason, and I refer to our offseason as football offseason. There are other sports, but I love football. And every year I'm terrified that the asteroid's going to happen right before kickoff. So we still have another week until NFL, until it's fully football season.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. So asteroid, just mind your own business. Putin, kindly just fuck off for another week.
How many World War IIIs have almost happened?
A lot.
Feels like in the last 2 years it's been hundreds.
Constant. Do you think right after World War I ended, they were like, why do we keep calling this World War I?
Yeah.
Why are we? Does that mean we're going to do it again?
This is weird.
Are we gonna
shit.
Is there a sequel coming?
Oh, fuck. We didn't realize that we have to do a sequel.
Was this a prequel?
Yeah, that's true. Hank, big news for you. You have a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yep. I actually like Jacoby Brissett a lot. I think he's a good quarterback. He'll get you probably 8 wins if he starts the entire season.
So you're not going to
8?
8.
Jacoby Brissett is
8?
Jacoby Brissett is a sneaky 8-win quarterback.
8 is a lot for their roster.
Their offensive line.
I'm just saying Jacoby Brissett is a
So
sneaky.
you're going to bet the over for the Patriots win total?
Which is what, 5.5?
It's 3.5?
It might be 4.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the. You know what? I will take the over on that. I actually don't think that they'll win 8 games. I'm just saying Jacoby Brissett feels like an 8-win quarterback guy under the radar. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 6, 7.
7.
Yeah, I'm going to take.
Okay.
I'm going to.
I'd be stunned.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he seems like a great dude. We got to have him on the show at some point. I like Jacoby Brissett. Hank, are you a little sad, though, that you don't get to be in Jacoby Brissett, just not to correct you, has never won 8 games.
Because he's never started a full season.
Right, he has started a full season. He went 4-11.
Okay.
And then he started another season, he won 7 games.
That's 15 games.
7 and 8. Yeah, so you couldn't get to 8 with
You never know.
4 wins. And he went 4-7 and then not a full season, 4-7 and then 7 and 8. So he was close. He could have gotten to 8 there.
Yeah. He's also, I think he's the best quarterback sneaker of all time. If you look at his yards per sneak, Hank. So you got that going for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Huge.
I'll never forget, there was, like, my first year working on the show, there was a Thursday night football game that Jacoby Brissett started. I think it was for the Browns, where we started the show saying, and Jacoby Brissett might be the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
He flashes.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't say he's an 8-win quarterback. I think he's get you a couple wins in like your starter goes down, Jacoby Brissett comes in, he can tread water. He's a tread water guy.
Yeah.
He's a 3-4 guy.
3 and 4. 3 and 4 is not bad.
3 and 4 is not bad. He's tread water.
Yep.
Like, hey, the season didn't fully fall apart, but we also didn't really win.
I may have gotten over my skis by saying 8 wins at the start.
I knew what you were saying. It's the vibe.
I want to take accountability for that.
We like it.
Because when you're wrong on this show, it's important to admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
I may have been wrong like 30 seconds ago, but I'm right when I say that he will get you a few more wins if he starts a full slate than you would think that he would.
I think the only thing you did wrong was you should have said he's an 8-win vibe guy.
8-win vibe guy.
Yeah. Might not get you 8 wins, but you'll feel like 8 wins is possible.
He'll get you 8 covers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So congrats, Hank. Good job on that. You have a starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Are you feeling like you're going to be missing out on the rookie quarterback excitement that's going to be permeating this podcast?
No, because if things go south for you guys, it's over. Whereas
No, that's not true.
Patriots also aren't in win now. The Commanders aren't either, but you, for some reason, think they are.
No, I
You're
don't.
wrong with what you just said.
What?
You're wrong.
The Bears are definitely.
You don't know what it's like to have a rookie quarterback. Things are definitely not over if things go wrong in the first year. That's when you go, hey, year 2 is going to be different, sophomore bump. After year 2 goes bad, you're going to be like, okay, this might be a problem, but year 3, new year, fresh start, and then year 3 goes bad, and you're like, maybe though we should extend him. So really, there's a lot of time before things go over.
And you forgot after year 2.
Convince yourself they aren't over.
When year 2 goes bad, then you get a new offensive coordinator.
Right.
And then you read all the reports of how they're clicking. It's more quarterback friendly.
Maybe an older wide receiver.
Yeah, you get a veteran presence in there, and then you can convince yourself, yeah, he could turn around year 3.
He just needed some targets.
Yeah, he has like a really good performance in the second half of a couple games where they're losing by 30 points, and you're like, you know what? He made a couple really nice throws there.
Yeah, so no,
No.
you're wrong. Things are not over.
But I'm not. I'm not going to get FOMO about Drake May not starting. Our offensive line's bad.
I think
our roster's not great. It's okay. You know, it's a rebuilding year.
I think
Just embrace it for what it is.
Well, put a pin in that, Hank. I think mid-October you're gonna be like, let's see what the young guys got, because that's also part of it. You definitely get to a point where you're like, hey, can we just see
but
the
if
young
we're
guy
like
to get
1
excited?
in 5.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, let's just see what the young guys got.
No, then you start looking at the draft board. Start paying attention to college football.
Yeah. Start paying, which is back.
I think you're going to have FOMO, though. I think you're going to see me and Big Cat so emotionally invested in our quarterbacks, and you're going to want to taste of that because it's going to be sad watching Jacoby Brissett go out there and have those covers that, you know, he'll play better than you think he is, but you're going to get sick of losing, and then you're going to say, I just want the excitement of seeing what my guy can do.
I mean, this is loser mentality. I feel like we've talked about it a bunch on the show, but your guys' ultimate goal is achieving one, you know, if you could have 1/5 of the success that the Patriots had in that 20-year run, you would be thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a
Whereas I've felt it. So
that'd be
it's
a little
like,
more than
I'm not. You can't. It's impossible to expect those results forever. I'm very happy with the 20-year run we had. If we don't have a good year, I'm not going to be that upset about it. And that might upset people. I don't care.
I would love to be in a position where Patrick Mahomes could just absolutely crush my dreams in the Super Bowl. That's what I want. Like, choke me, daddy. I want to be.
You want him to dom you.
I want to be the sub for Patrick Mahomes.
It sucks.
No, but it's fun. You get so many fun memories.
No. I have no fun memories from that.
Yeah, no, there were some fun memories.
Yeah,
Pants.
Jalen Hurts will suck his dick right now.
Yeah, the play when you beat the 49ers when they didn't have a quarterback, that was fun.
And tried to say that was a real game that should count.
What do you mean it should count?
It shouldn't have counted.
They should have just replayed the game?
Yes.
Yeah, until Brock Purdy's elbow was okay. Do you guys want to do another anonymous poll?
Yeah, I'd love to.
We should conduct our own anonymous poll at some point.
Okay.
It's the rage right now. So anonymous poll time. These are my favorite. I have some good quotes from this. This is NFL agent's dish on best and worst franchise.
Yeah.
From The Athletic. So they had which is the best run franchise. Max, Eagles were number one tied with the 49ers. Congratulations.
Let's go.
Eagles
Howie.
and 49ers. Howie, there was a lot of praise for Howie and everything he does, which is the most unstable franchise. I think this one won't surprise anyone. Most unstable franchise.
Most unstable franchise, the Carolina Panthers.
That is correct. A resounding number one with the Carolina Panthers because David Tepper, if he's got one fan, it's Peter Schrager.
Yeah.
That's about it.
He can't buy any of the other owners' houses and bulldoze them to the ground.
Yeah, the quote actually was, I think the headline for this section should be that for the first time in my career, most NFL organizations are relatively competent.
Wow, how about that?
That is a direct... we would have voted Dan Snyder if he was still there.
It's actually nice not being on that list really anymore.
Yeah.
And I actually could see if the Packers were to beat the Panthers multiple times in the playoffs, I could see David Tepper buying all the Green Bay Packers owners' homes and leveling them and building his own home there.
Yes.
He's that kind of guy. But, yeah, it's nice to have a new boogeyman.
I want to do something else here. Blind poll, blind quote. So I'm going to take out anything that describes what team this is talking about. You guys tell me the team. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. There is complete disarray over there. Look at how they've handled blank. Has one player had more power than him? They have been unable to convert him into a team player. The vibe inside the building is terrible.
Jets.
That's correct.
Well, the Jets, they're not in disarray. They're out of formation, if you know anything about Jets. But this is actually accurate describing Aaron Rodgers having the most power. He's got the most power in the NFL.
So memes how do we find this? We gotta find out who this blind poller was.
Rossini?
No, I think it was oh, maybe it was. Let's see who voted. Let's get this name. Let's see. The Athletic spoke with 31 representatives of our 6th annual NFL agent survey. So agents, we need to find some agents.
It was an anonymous agent?
It was an anonymous agent that said the Jets are in complete disarray over there. Look at how they've handled Aaron Rodgers. Has one player had more power than him? He skipped minicamp. They've been unable to convert him into a team player. The vibe inside the building is terrible.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think that this anonymous agent might represent Hassan Reddick.
Well, there's 31 of them.
Okay, well, that quote. Yeah, if you can't trust an anonymous agent, who can you trust?
That's true. So, memes, we got to find who this Rossini is.
Bunch of salty bitches.
This Florio is.
All 31 of them. Yeah. Be better at your job.
Be better at your job. This was a fun one. What average annual value would 3-time Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes receive if he were a free agent on the open market?
80 mil.
So, the most common answer was 70 mil, but there were 6 people who voted for over $100 million.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
Can you even build a team?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's possible. I saw that Deshaun Watson just restructured his contract, and I think next season and the year after, he's going to get, like, the cap hit is going to be $74 million.
Oh, my God.
On him, which I saw what the Browns did. I do not understand the salary cap.
No.
It's not real.
It makes no sense.
It can't be real. So they had him signed to a guaranteed contract, and they said, we're going to restructure, convert it to a signing bonus. We just freed up like $70 million They have the most cap room in the NFL right now. It doesn't make any sense at all. If you sign a guy to like a very unfriendly cap deal, and then a year and a half later, you can be like, actually, it's a really good deal for the cap this season.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and we can cut him whenever, and this money's not real. I do like playing that game, though. If there was no salary cap whatsoever, what would he make? $250 million a year?
No salary cap?
No salary.
For Patrick Mahomes?
Like, you'd still, Chiefs would still run an organization where they want to make money, but like it's the old when LeBron was in his heyday. Like, what is he actually worth? Like, I don't know, $300 million?
Yeah, if the NFL was truly free market capitalism, he might go to the Panthers.
Yeah,
David Tepper, they might turn this ship around.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, we also had I think there was the team team who had best offseason. That was the Commanders.
Let's go, offseason champs.
Commanders won that. They said basically just everything. The vibes have changed. They don't have Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
All that stuff.
No Aaron Rodgers is a big one.
Yeah.
Just signed Nick Bellore.
We signed that the wide receiver from Houston. We unfortunately cut Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, which you found out in the middle of the Jerry O'Connell interview.
I still think we could bring him back.
You're getting Ayuk?
We're going to get Ayuk.
When's that going to happen?
So Ayuk was supposed to practice yesterday. There was a report out of San Francisco he was going to practice, and then all the reporters just went out onto the practice field and just watched for Brandon Ayuk to come out, and he never did. So things aren't going great with whatever they're negotiating out there. Brandon Ayuk is just, he's reached the point where I just want it to be over.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going to happen with him this year.
Yeah.
And the back and forth it's gone way too long.
Yeah. The last thing that I found funny about this poll, because this is, again, agents, they asked what they should change. This is NFL agents. They should say college players should be allowed to enter the draft as a one and done. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They want to get more players to be able to represent. They also said add rounds to the draft.
That's not necessary.
Okay.
Well, because think about it. If you're an agent, don't you want there to be, like, 7 rounds is okay. You might even want 6 rounds, because if you're a 7th round pick, you'd almost rather just be able to choose where you want to go.
Yeah.
And negotiate your own signing bonus at that point.
These are just funny, like, how could you make a perfect world? And here's another one. Any 3 years or less contracts should be fully guaranteed. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Shrink the length of rookie contracts so players can get to a second contract quicker. Again, this has nothing to do with the agents making money.
For running backs.
Well, they said the change the running back to fix the running back thing is to have the one and done, or college players don't have to stay 3 years, which I agree with.
Yeah.
Like if you're a really good running back, usually you find out if you're a really good running back within the first 2 years. Why add that extra wear and tear?
I agree. Also, I like the idea of being a one and done in college just to piss off Dabo Swinney more.
Yeah. Yes.
He would hate. He might commit seppuku at the 50-yard line with his own cleat.
Yes.
If that happens. He's like, I'm sacrificing myself at the altar of college football.
This one, actually, I agree with. Separate salary bucket for quarterbacks. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Basically, let the quarterbacks get paid something completely separate so it doesn't, again, the cap doesn't make sense, but they're so out of control compared to everything else. You do a separate bucket where it's like, every team has $100 million or whatever, and then the rest of the roster is under a salary cap.
I don't mind that. I like the idea of having that separate bucket for quarterbacks and also for running backs.
Yeah.
I think that the Zoom call that they did last year really changed my mind about a lot of things.
It did big time. And then, there was just another one that was raise rosters to 60 players on game day. Which, again, that would be they'd just be able to represent more NFL players.
Yeah. So I stand with the anonymous agents.
Yes.
Doing a poll of anonymous agents is such a funny thing to do.
It's very funny.
It's like, let's figure out how these guys want to make more money out of it.
Raise the agent fees to 25%.
I stand with the agents on that one.
All right, yes, those anonymous polls. I love anonymous polls. We should conduct one.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should conduct one. We should come up with one maybe mid-season, and we can do like about how the season's going and have all the AWLs vote on it, and then just release the findings like they're facts.
Or we just ask our friends that are in the NFL to vote in the polls.
We just ask people in the office.
Yeah, we could do that too.
We should do anonymous polls around the office.
Yeah. There was also a report about Tom Brady, Hank's best friend Tom Brady.
Oh.
So he is trying to purchase a stake in the Raiders, which I think that's progressing. I feel like we have a vote about that every couple of weeks. So
he was wearing a Raiders hat at the Morgan Wallen concert.
Oh, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So is he already like officially
I don't know anything other than that. I just assumed that meant that it was happening.
So there's a rule that they're putting in place because he's going to be doing games. He's going to be calling games now.
Right.
Where as an owner, he's not going to be allowed to do any like pre-production or behind-the-scenes visits with any of the teams that he's going to be covering.
Right.
Because he's going to get some like secret sauce from them or something, and that's going to be against the rules.
He's going to use that. That's pretty much what Troy Aikman has been doing for the last 20 years to make sure the Cowboys stay on top.
Yeah, and it's done an incredible job, and so they don't want a repeat of that with the Raiders. And Florio is all over this, by the way, Hank. He said, this is the opening paragraph from his article about it.
Such a Florio story.
Tom Brady's first significant encounter with the Raiders happened in the Tuck Rule game. The latest developments.
Wow, he's really setting the stage there.
Oh, just wait. Just wait. Because, he's setting you up right now.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's first significant encounter with the Raiders happened in the Tuck Rule game. The latest developments involving Brady and the Raiders could have him saying a different word that ends with UCK.
Whoa.
Suck.
Buck.
Is he making a
duck?
Is he making a jiu-jitsu joke? Is this the C?
Is he going to PF Chang's with Mark Davis and getting the duck?
Cuck. I think he's talking about cuck. Yeah.
Got it.
Facebook?
Florio doesn't know that word.
Zuck.
Florio does not know the word cuck.
I don't think he does either. But
he's an Italian man. He doesn't get cucked.
But it seems like Brady, I don't know. Florio is saying that the league is trying to convince Brady not to have a stake in the Raiders.
Got it.
I don't think Roger Goodell would overstep his bounds when it comes to punishing Tom Brady.
No.
That doesn't seem like him.
Or let the finance bros come running in.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. The Bengals were the only team that voted against that. They just love being the one team that does
Mike Brown
stuff. Yeah.
I actually feel bad for Bengals fans right now because obviously Jamar Chase is I think he was supposed to be at practice, or he's like, oh yeah, he's going to practice for the rest of the week or up until week 1, and then he showed up in street clothes. I feel bad for Bengals fans because Mike Brown is so cheap, and he was like, I have to pay Joe Burrow, and then once he paid Joe Burrow, he's like, no, I'm never doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Yeah, he's just
you have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow should play together forever.
Yeah, he's right now house poor.
Right.
He's like, I spent all my money on Joe Burrow, so I'm not spending a dime on anything else.
It's crazy. I don't understand. I get like you want to own the team and you have the power and you feel like a big, strong guy, but like, dude, if you can't fucking pay and if you're gonna be cheap, just fucking sell the team and go be rich and fuck off.
Yeah.
Just do it. The McCaskies are kind of similar, although I'm back on the McCaskey side because they kept swearing out of Hard Knocks, which was very important.
That's good.
Yeah. They made sure there was no swearing on Hard Knocks because you can't have that.
Not in football.
Not in football.
No, not in the NFL.
No. All right. Before we do Mount Rushmore, I also saw Ravens GM sees increased urgency in Lamar, so that's good.
Good, yeah. He wasn't urgent enough. That was the problem.
There's urgency now.
You're talking about urgent care.
That's one of my favorite. If you're a fan of a team that has been close but hasn't gotten over the hump, where sometime in late August, where you get reports being like, they really feel the pressure to win. They really want to win this year.
Yeah, there was a interview with Caleb Williams. It might have been your guys Waddle and Sylvie that did it,
okay.
but they were talking about pressure. They're like, "Do you feel any pressure?" And he was like, "No, I never feel pressure.
Yeah.
I just think about the expectations that I have for myself, that I have to go out there and be the best and win." He described pressure.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't call it pressure.
He doesn't call it pressure.
It's a good move. It's a judo move.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not anxious. I'm just got a lot to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I just got a lot on my mind.
Yeah, right.
And I want to make sure that everything happens. And then I keep going through the worst case scenarios of what could happen. And then I overthink that. And then I try to go to sleep, but I can't because I'm thinking about it too much.
Yeah,
but anxiety is not a word in my dictionary.
It's a chick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't get anxious here. Yeah. We just constantly think about the future and if everything's going to work out.
Yeah. There was a great college football story too. Did you see this about Chuck Martin from, I think it was University of Miami at Ohio?
Okay. Love and honor.
Yep. They were talking about iPads and how iPads are going to be on the sidelines in college football this year. And he is the only guy that voted against using iPads on the sideline. He said, I don't want iPads. In the old days, you actually had to coach. You had to watch the action, figure out what was going on, and then go make adjustmts. I can get a 9-year-old kid to watch the play on an iPad and say, that guy was running wide open up the seam. We should cover him.
I agree with him.
And then he said at the end that you used to have to make in-game adjustments, but now the iPad will make them for you. Pretty soon there will be robots on the sidelines, and you won't even have to hire anyone. Soon we'll have fake officials, fake players, fake coaches.
Yep.
So he described NCAA.
Yeah.
He described the college football
Yes, yes. I agree with him.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having someone watch you. I'm speaking from a lot of experience, having someone watch you be like, X was open.
Yeah, that's true. Also, kids these days, as they get into college, they're used to having screen time to just make them shut up at dinner.
Right.
It's like, oh, are you going to annoy us for this entire dinner? Just watch this game. Just play this game on your iPad the whole time. So that's going to make its way into college football, where coaches are just going to get sick of their players complaining about stuff. Be like, here, just watch this iPad of a game, and you'll be fine. And it'll just kind of bring the temperature down on the sidelines.
Yeah.
If they can just have screen time.
Credit to me, I don't have my kids watch at dinner. It's just basically a constant terrorist negotiation with being like, hey, you take one bite of this and you're getting an Oreo.
That's pretty good.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
That's pretty
It's
good.
just a constant negotiation back and forth.
Yeah. But I like what what's his name? Chuck Martin? I like what Chuck Martin's saying. Pretty soon we're just not going to have coaches and players anymore.
He's right.
He's right.
He's absolutely right.
It's a slippery slope. Once you allow them to look at an iPad on the sideline.
Guys are going to be marrying pigs.
Next thing you know, there's not even going to be football anymore. We're going to be living in a simulation.
Where's the line?
Yeah.
Where's the line? All right, so speaking of college football, you guys got any picks for people? Let's just do a pick for week 1. We're going to talk our full preview with Brandon Walker and Tom Fornelli in a second, and we go through everything. But what's your favorite game week 1, Hank?
I looked at the board. I saw the one that jumped out, Eastern Michigan plus 2.5.
Why did that jump out?
Because UMass football should never be favorites against anyone.
Okay.
Okay.
No offense.
Don't they have a really hard schedule this year?
UMass?
Yeah.
Any game that they have is a hard.
Yeah,
that's true. Every year's a hard schedule.
I think they're real sickos this year. I want to say that they've got are they playing it several games against the SEC?
I mean, they're probably doing a lot of bye
games. They usually
games.
always play one against the SEC.
Yeah. By the way, go to DraftKings for any of your week 1 lines. All right, so Eastern Michigan, huh?
Eastern Michigan plus 2.5.
Okay, PFT.
They're playing Georgia November 23rd.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
And Mississippi State.
They're playing Mississippi State. I guess they're technically
and
SEC. Missouri. Yeah, they're sickos. They're sickos.
You like PFT?
I like the University of Richmond, the Spiders.
Oh.
I like the Spiders going into Charlottesville, playing UVA, 18.5. That's too many points.
Too many points.
These guys get paid to play football too at Richmond.
Although that UVA quarterback, I kind of like him. He's got aura.
Does he have?
He's the guy who his helmet popped off last year, and he took a picture flexing for a first down.
Does he have aura or does he have moxie?
Both, I would say. And this is also because of our friend and colleague Jake Malasek always tweeting this picture. So it could be that he sucks, and I have been brainwormed by those close around you talking about someone. Calandria.
Oh, Calandria. Okay.
Yeah,
I still like Richmond. Don't count out the Spiders early on the season.
Okay.
Because they're gonna get on the bus. They're gonna drive from Richmond to Charlottesville, and they're gonna have their coach say to them as they get off the bus, "Just remember, these guys at UVA, nobody there recruited you."
Yeah.
And then Richmond's gonna step off and smash them.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Anthony Calandria, he finished the season he only won 1 game last year, but he's got an aura.
Okay. Yeah, you have been tricked into supporting UVA.
I'm looking at his numbers right now. He had 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He finished the season. I guess they beat Duke. That was probably why I've been tricked. So they won his second to last game last year. I have been tricked. I have been brainwormed. It's going to cost me money.
Hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Yes, led astray. I'm going to take USC. I've given it out on all the college football shows I've done. This is going to probably be a disaster because it's a Sunday night standalone game.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, remember when I just was like, yeah, USC, just wait for Sunday night USC. Hey, memes, how are you feeling about your Georgia Bulldogs this year?
I'm feeling fantastic. They're going to beat the absolute fuck out of Clemson.
Okay,
I like that.
I want to see some memes Georgia stuff this year because you are kind of what's the guy, the Two-Face guy in Batman?
Two-Face.
Two-Face? Is that his name?
Harvey Dent?
Harvey Dent. You're Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
You got the Jets in Georgia.
Yeah.
You people see it and you're like, oh, that's a normal looking guy. And then you turn and your face is completely off because Florio and Rossini have burnt it so many times.
Yeah, my weekends go Saturday, good because Georgia wins, come in, watch the Jets, they lose, and then I'm miserable the rest of the week. And then it goes Saturday win on repeat.
Yeah, so you only get like 12 hours.
Yeah.
You have Saturday scaries.
Yes. 100%.
Like Saturday night, you're feeling good, you're having a great time, and you're like, oh, fuck, I got Jets tomorrow.
I got to do this.
I got to go to Jets tomorrow.
I just watched a competent team. Now I got to go back to the Jets.
Yeah,
You're basically like a child of divorce. And you go for like one day to dad's house and play all these games. Then you go to mom's house and there's a lot of rules.
Mm-hmm. You just want to go back. You're like, yeah, but Georgia scores points. Can they score points?
Yeah, but yeah, Georgia lets me eat Cheetos in bed. Why can't I do that here, Mom? Jets.
It's the best.
Yeah. So it means you usually haven't been as over the top as a Georgia fan. Is that because they're an adopted team, or is that because you always have that impending doom of being a Jets fan?
I adopted them in junior high when I got a Matthew Stafford jersey sent to me. My uncle lives down there. So they are adopted, but I still root for them equally as all the other teams.
Okay. Also, being from the Northeast, it's like no one really has college teams. Like most people from the Northeast have adopted college teams.
Yeah. Memes is he's a real Georgia fan. I'm gonna back him up. He watches every game. He knows every player. And then he roots for them on the Eagles.
Yeah, we have a big Georgia representative at Barstool. It's me, Ryan Whitney, and Triggs.
Yeah.
All Northeast guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, real Southerners, real SEC guys.
Hey, isn't it crazy the Georgia team memes from 2-3 years ago that won the national 3 years ago? Like, all those players on the defense, like, there's a lot of guys that kind of suck in the pros.
Like who?
I saw Lewis Seen, right? He got cut.
Yeah.
Which there's no worse. Having anything say former first rounder.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing to have. When it's phrased that way, former first rounder
gets cut.
That means that something bad has happened.
You wonder what went wrong.
N'Kobe Dean, has he played a lot?
He's just been hurt.
He's been hurt a lot.
He was a third rounder.
No, I'm not saying where they were, but like if you look at the Georgia defense that was so dominant 3 years ago.
Jalen
Carter has been good. Memes, am I off on this? Georgia roster.
Well, Lewis Seen just signed with the Jets, so they're going to revive him.
I thought he switched to the Bills.
No, the Jets.
The Jets are going to revive
Mike White's
him.
on the Bills.
Okay. Maybe who was the other? There was a couple guys. This might be very wrong. We'd have to maybe do a deep dive for me, memes.
2021 defense.
What's his name?
They were supposed to be the best team in the history of college football.
Wait, Lewis Seen signed with the Bills.
No, the Jets.
Okay. I'm reading right now, Ian Rapport. The Bills are actually signing former Vikings first-round safety Lewis Seen to the practice squad.
This says Jets signing.
Many thought Seen would land with the Jets.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
Wait, did the Jets turn him around by letting the Bills sign him?
Wait, did this just happen?
I mean, I'm seeing from 3
this
hours
says
ago.
2 hours ago to join Bills practice
Plot
squad. This
twist,
says from
former
22 hours
Vikings
ago.
first-rounder Lewis Seen is expected to sign with the Bills practice squad. Oh, no. He had initially leaned towards Jets, but opts to go elsewhere to the AFC East. Are the vibes terrible?
Georgia fan revoked.
Oh,
I think this is an example of disarray. This is a team that would be a team that is in disarray would do something like
wow.
that. Yeah.
Oh, no, memes. I'm sorry that you had to find this out right here and right now. That was a perfect rabbit hole we just went down to get to this point.
Oh, my God.
Sorry for your loss, memes.
Memes?
Did you already order the jersey?
Oh, man.
Yes. You're pretending like this was a make or break player.
I mean, we had 10 former first rounders on the defense.
That's cool.
Oh, that would have been sick. Wait, would he have made 11?
No, he was 10.
Oh,
that would have been awesome. Like the Falcons from back in the day?
Yeah, the offense. Yeah, that would have been sick. Now I am kind of bummed for you.
Sorry, memes.
Sorry, memes.
There's a great story that's coming out of Gainesville. Have you seen what's going on with the game between the Gators and the Hurricanes?
No.
All right, so the University of Florida announced that they were going to do a whiteout for this game, which I guess they rarely do, but it's like, opening week, let's get all the students wearing white, let's get all the fans wearing white, make it a tough environment. Miami then responded by choosing to wear their all-white uniforms.
Oh, shit.
So they completely took the white from Florida, and now they own that whiteout game.
Oh, shit.
Now this is a University of Miami whiteout game.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's shocking.
That is shocking. So wait, so it's going to be – so who gets the whites?
So Florida is going – their fans are going to be wearing all white.
Okay.
But the Hurricanes are going to be dressed in all white on the field.
Got it.
So it's going to look like
that's going to be very confusing.
Very confusing. I think they completely lost home field advantage on this.
Oh, no. Yeah, they did lose home field advantage. That's significant.
Yeah.
That feels significant. What are you looking up? Oh, you're looking it up, Max?
We're just looking at all the players.
And how many are, like, crushing it? Because that was an insane defense. It's not taking anything away from their college defense.
It looks
how
like
good they were.
Trayvon Walker and Jalen Carter.
Or were the two
that are like
that you could
good.
be like, yeah. Because that was an insane defense. And I only thought of it because I saw Lewis Cine was going to the Jets. He went to the Jets, right?
He went to the Jets initially, but then he changed his mind and went to the Bills.
Yeah, verbal meme, Aaron Rodgers walking out with the flag was Lewis Cine.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's a tough scene.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's do our Mount Rushmore. Before we get to Mount Rushmore, we're brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time football season is here, and we can't wait to get out to some games this fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Actually, PFT, can you look up the game you might be attending?
Yes.
You know how much we love Game Time now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature. They're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filter out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. PFT was looking at maybe going to the Bengals versus Commanders Monday Night Football game.
Monday Night Football game in Cincy. Looks like the get-in price, $111.
Love it.
September 23rd.
Yep. And you can use the Game Time Picks deal for great seats for that game. $111. Just pull up your chosen event and turn on GT Picks setting at the top of the screen or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those, or PFT is going to buy those, Bengals versus Commanders Monday Night Football game. Download the Game Time app today. Use code PMT to easily score great deals with new Game Time picks. What time is it? It is game time. So thank you to Game Time. We're also brought to you by our friends at Morgan & Morgan. Listen, we all know 2024 has been wild so far, so let's talk about something important. If you get injured by a person, place, or thing, you deserve to get paid. Life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. If you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers with over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. Being in the Jets locker room with Aaron Rodgers is hard.
Disarray.
Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Being a Jets Georgia fan is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. So if you've ever been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/PMT or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/PMT or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. Okay, boys, it all comes down to this. PFT and Hank are separated by 3 points, which means if Hank can win this Mount Rushmore and PFT somehow comes in last, we will have a tie and figure out what exactly we're going to do to break that tie. We have the Mount Rushmore of things in a college guy's apartment. Correct?
What are the standings right now?
The standings.
I know I'm up 3 on Hank.
Yeah.
You have no chance at coming in second right now.
No, I've been kind of mailing them in because of the standings.
Well, I thought as of Wednesday's poll, you could have come in third.
Oh, I could come in third. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. As soon as I clinched, I went with max autopilot.
You clinched, not last place.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, second and third mean nothing.
No, I've also wait, I don't know when these standings were.
Second place means nothing, Max?
In this competition, no.
In other competitions?
Second place means nothing.
You keep bringing up second place. It seems like you're gunning for Big Cat. You brought that up like 3
why
times.
does that matter?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Hank, are you trying to stir the pot a little bit?
Have you not brought it up? Max, he brought it up to you? He's brought it up to me.
No.
He has not brought it up to me, but it does seem like you you care a lot about second place, which means nothing.
Well, I guess I don't in this because
like you asked for the standings.
The only thing that matters is
you're up 3.
It literally means nothing.
It's not like second to last and last place to the punishment like in the baseball one, right?
Correct. So, and even if that was the case, you still wouldn't want second even more.
You just wouldn't want to be second to last. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What?
The second and third place mean absolutely. The minute I clinched,
yep,
I was like, great, pack it up. I'm out. Awesome Mount Rushmore season. Did my job.
Yep. I was talking about the baseball one, where if you're second to last, it's not good.
No. We do an NFL picks where if you come in second and last, you lose.
Someone messaged me this week an idea that I like of next year doing a lottery system.
What do you mean?
Like lottery, like the NBA lottery.
For what?
So for doing the punishment. So if you come in last, you get like a ton of lottery balls to get picked to do the punishment.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. That is a great idea.
I think if you come in first, you're out. But
no, I think first you'd have like one lottery ball.
Okay. Yeah.
It should be 100 lottery balls. We could just do it with our lottery ball machine.
I wish I could.
Yeah, it's like if you come in last, you have 40 lottery balls. If you come in third, you have 30 lottery balls. Then 20, then 10, or whatever it is. Yeah, I love that. Good idea. I love that. I love that. Great idea.
Because you and I have just been checked out.
Yeah, you're right. You have to. We should incentivize. There shouldn't be just playing out the string.
Yeah, you guys are doing load management now.
Yeah,
basically.
You're resting up for the playoffs.
Pretty much. Okay. I'm gonna try though in this one, Max. We got to try in this one.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to give it. We don't want it to have any issues. All right, so who's going first?
Oh, I think it's me.
Okay, so things that are in a single guy's apartment.
College guy's apartment.
College guy's apartments, excuse me.
I am going to go with liquor bottle decor.
It's a good one, yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah, any sort of alcohol decor.
I just had empty liquor bottles.
Yep, yeah. Just
like this.
You put it around. Yep. Like, look how many empty bottles that we have in this house.
Yep.
Yeah, you ever put like Christmas lights into the liquor bottles and then use those
way too bougie for us
decorations? But they're like shitty liquor bottles.
Yep.
Like Aristocrat vodka. This is my centerpiece.
Yep.
All right, my first pick. I'm gonna go with a almost empty keg. Okay. Just having a keg in a corner somewhere.
Okay.
And there's not enough beer in it to drink. It's probably been warm for about 2 weeks, but you still have the keg there because you can take it back, get the deposit, get it refilled at some point. Mm-hmm. But it's not totally empty yet.
Yep. Okay. I'll go with easy. Xbox and PS5, and specifically both, because that's like a very college guy thing to be like, we got both gaming systems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you don't need to, but we have both. We have one Xbox guy, one PS5 guy in here.
Did you have like PS2 when you were in college?
That's really funny. I actually had Xbox 360. Why don't you go fuck yourself? I dealt with the red ring of death.
So did I.
Oh, so we're not that much different.
I was just curious. You said PS5. Obviously, you didn't have a PS5 in college.
I mean, what am I? All right, fine. I should say PlayStation 2.
Was it?
No, it was an Xbox 360.
But you just said specifically both.
No, I think he said Xbox and PlayStation.
Xbox and PlayStation. We could just say Xbox and PlayStation.
Got
I'm saying both. I'm saying like every college apartment, like when you get older, you don't have two consoles in your house.
Got it.
When you're in college, you have two consoles because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually one guy brings one, another guy brings the other. Now,
it's a very college thing to have two of the consoles.
I did have a PS3 in my apartment in college at one point, but it's because we were broke as shit, and so we all pulled our money together. I waited in line for like 3 days to get a PlayStation 3, and I was like, I'm going to buy it, then I'm going to flip it right before Christmas. These things are going for like $10,000, $15,000. I get it, and then I put it online. Turns out that they're going for $10,000, $15,000 because they haven't come out yet. And then once I put mine online and everybody else did, I think I ended up losing $50.
Yeah.
After 3 days of us taking turns waiting in this line. But yeah, PS2, PS3.
Xbox 360 was for, I don't know, 5-6 years of my life was definitely the most expensive thing I owned. And it was, I remember I watched the video to try to fix the red ring of death with the hairdryer, the whole thing.
Can't do it.
Okay.
I'm going to go with full-size trash cans.
Yes. I love it. I miss it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just only have to take out the trash like once every month. 2 of them. I had 2 of them.
Or you can burn it.
And sometimes we'd run out of trash bags, and that got gross.
We used to call it. We used to call it a trash corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where we would have our trash can there, and then it would overflow, so it would just fall out the side. So it was just the corner of trash.
Piles of trash. Yeah.
And I'll go with a massive bong.
Okay.
Add it on the list.
Yeah. Good pick.
Okay.
The community bong.
I was going to go bong as
very,
well.
Very good pick, Hank.
I'm going to go with a shittily made beer pong table.
Yep.
Somewhere in the middle of the apartment. Very sticky, gross.
Also, probably the kitchen table.
Yeah, could be the kitchen table. But,
Doubles.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, doubles.
I'm thinking of the
1.
skinny one. That everyone, like the rage of the skinny one was like, oh, it doesn't take up that much space. And you just had oh, yeah, look, we have a football field table in the middle of the apartment.
It could be made from plywood, like one big
Yes.
plywood that you get at
Yes.
Home Depot, and then you put it on some chairs. Could be just a door. We took a door off the hinges one time.
But it stays up.
And then it stays up, yeah.
We
you
used
don't
to
put
use
door
the
back.
mirrors in freshman year. We'd take the mirror, the big sliding, what word am I looking for? Closet mirrors.
Yeah.
We used to take those doors off, and that was what we do.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with a beer bong. A beer bong that you've just got hanging out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Never put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Usually stays maybe on the TV stand, just to the side of the TV.
Mm-hmm.
But you're ready for a beer bong at any moment because you never know.
Right.
You got to be prepared. You'd rather have a beer bong and not need it than need a beer bong and not have it.
Right. Agreed. Also, some kind of like mildew, some kind of mold, and you're like, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
just pour Everclear down it.
Run hot water through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with decor. My mind went to decor when we were doing this Mount Rushmore. So
interior design is your passion.
Yes. So I'm just gonna go with flags.
Yeah.
Like no matter American flag, Saturday for the boys flag, your frat flag.
Yep.
I don't even know if frat flag was a thing. I wasn't in a frat. But I feel like that
Flags
was
are good.
because you could just fill up so much space and be like, oh yeah, we did decoration. There's a flag.
The best was the flag on the ceiling in your bedroom to set the mood.
Yep, that was good.
That set the mood.
And then the girls had the tapestry, weird tapestry things.
Yeah. The beds with the posts, you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how much more nicely decorated girls' apartments are in college than guys.
Yeah, it's not even
like they're real people.
They get the lights.
Yep.
They get everything.
Yeah, they go to IKEA and
They
spend
get the cork boards with shit on it.
Yeah, pictures everywhere. It always smells nice.
Yep.
They have towels that aren't beach towels in their bathrooms.
Yep.
And continuing with decor, beer case wallpaper.
Yeah. Love that. That was awesome.
Yep. Everyone would spend like the entire semester being like, "Yo, can I get your case? Can I get your case? I'm trying to make something.
The one year I went to college, I did have the sickest wall.
Yeah.
My dad gave me it was like from an old Taco Bell drive-through neon sign. So that was in the middle of the wall, and then it was just beer case wallpaper around it.
There's another
You could like see the sign it was literally like the sign they would have like on the freeway, so it was massive. So you could like see it from the cafeteria like 500 yards away.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
People probably thought that there was a Taco Bell in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick. I have something else if I would like to table that discussion. I have something else if it doesn't get picked.
Circle back.
Okay, so is it me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with Bob Marley poster.
Okay.
Bob Marley poster. It doesn't matter if you like Bob Marley or not. I knew a lot of guys that had Bob Marley posters that maybe listened to Jammin' once or twice. Weren't really fans, but it was just the vibe. If you had one, it's like you're not a cop. You're cool.
The only reason I kept that one off my list was that was a dorm more than apartment. I feel like when you graduated to apartment, it felt a little different.
I think
more flags.
I think you bring it with you though.
More flags. Okay. This one, who knows how this will play, but I mean, it's just everyone has the shittiest couch possible. Like I don't remember. My couches were so bad.
I had broken furniture, which is kind of the same thing.
And also like 2 extra couches.
One of the biggest days of my life was when we lived next to a halfway house, and we got like the best couch ever that they had discarded of because a drunk guy had pissed all over it. And we're like, fuck yeah, we'll just flip over the cushions.
We'll just clean it.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you guys went to college for 4 years. I went to college for 1 year and then had 3 to 4 years of visiting my friends at college. So I slept on all of those couches.
Yes.
And they were all horrible.
Also, they were all like way too big, but like in a good way. Like I felt like every couch we'd get was just so shitty, but it would have like 3 pieces to it and could sit like 10 people. Deep and big, but terrible. I miss those shitty couches because you could spill, literally, you could just spill directly on it and just be like, who cares?
You ever go to like a doctor's office and they've got dorm room furniture in their waiting room?
Yeah.
That's a sign you should leave that doctor's office.
Yes, agreed.
All right, my last 2, I'm going to go with expired food.
Fuck, I thought for sure I was going to get that with my last
That's
pick.
a good one. That's a good one.
All right, good job. It's a good job, Hank.
And then, similar to Max's decor, sports jerseys hung on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like it won't even. Sometimes it'll be your favorite team, but sometimes it'll just be like your high school jersey.
Yeah.
And you just like put a pin?
Yeah, you
Use
just
like a
you just
thumbtack?
put you put 2 thumbtacks, and then it's like I'd be at people's colleges where it's like just the random kids like hockey high school jerseys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But a whole wall of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this last one I'm gonna go with something I just doing this Mount Rushmore, doing this exercise, I realized that like it's something that I only had in my life for this short period of time. Way too many mismatched shot glasses, just everywhere. Shot glasses. I don't have shot glasses in my life anymore.
I still have a drawer.
You do?
And I never use the drawer.
But just like, there's one from spring break, there's one from this bar, and you in college, I think if you asked me like, hey, can we do 50 shots? I'd be like, no problem. I got 50 shot glasses.
Yeah,
none of them match.
Guys don't keep diaries.
Yeah.
We just accumulate shot glasses from different places that we've been.
And then
it's like, oh yeah, I remember when I was down in Acapulco.
Yeah, you graduate from shot glasses to golf balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally that's the image of a guy learning to walk.
Yeah.
I bought some shot glasses the other day though in the Boston airport, the like Celtics championship.
Really?
Because the championship, remember it's like you only get the 1 year with all the championship merch. Like you got to load up.
Yeah, but it's just like I probably have a couple shot glasses in my house, but I'm talking like you open it up and it's just mismatched mugs and a ton of shot glasses.
Yeah, some of them have the ones that like have the girl in the swimsuit and then her swimsuit fades away when you put liquor in there. That's a really nice one you could bring out.
Yeah, a couple like big ones, big skinny ones that are different colors.
Yeah, you're right. It's shot glasses to golf balls for guys, and then women don't really. They just write in a diary, and then as they get older, sometimes they start to collect spoons.
Yeah,
like when you go to a different city, bring me back
knives,
a fancy spoon.
Yeah. Did you guys used to drink Boilermakers?
Yep.
Oh, shot of vodka dropped into a beer. Disgusting.
Pretty good.
Oh, so bad.
Pretty good.
Okay,
my last pick. Mount Rushmore of things found in college guys' apartments. My 4th pick will be a random dude. A random dude that's staying over, maybe a friend of one of the roommates, maybe a friend that you met at a party. Seems like he's got cool vibes. He's in town for the weekend. Doesn't have a place to crash. You're like, that's fine, dude. You can crash on our couch, no problem.
Okay.
Then you wake up. Then you wake up in the morning, and if it wasn't your guy that you invited over, there's just a random guy there.
Yeah, random dude.
I woke up at some random places. Yeah. When we went to ASU way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I remember we were just we went out, we watched the game, you went home. I stayed out with these random kids. Woke up in their dorm to like a pool party. I was like, this is
still one of the weirdest
greatest college of all.
I would like the graphic to say random dude on the couch.
You said random dude.
No, I'd say random. But I would like,
and that.
But then I described it as a random dude
because that's a terrible.
I described it as a random dude.
After you described it, a random. It's a random dude. You picked a random.
You picked a random
dude on the couch.
I want to know both of your 4 picks because I have a pick that I think will win it for me, but I want to know your 4 picks.
What are my 4 picks?
No, I don't care about yours. I want to know your 4 picks.
Oh.
Because we could have a chance, because Hank has done a very good job of this draft.
Yes.
And you may have just lost it with random dude.
Random dude on the couch is what I said. I described it as random dude on the couch. Did I not?
Dude. And then we
wait. The way that Mount Rushmore season has always gone is you have an opportunity to clarify before the next person makes their pick what goes on the graphic. Am I wrong?
Memes?
Regardless, I don't think it's a good pick.
It was
way worse.
All right, a random
way
dude
worse.
On the couch.
It just says random dude.
Yeah. The way you said a random dude was very definitive, but I'm fine with a random dude on the couch.
Yeah, whatever PFT wants, we call it the form anyway.
Kamish.
I will abide by memes.
What did he say at first?
He said
a random
dude.
All right, that's it.
Okay, that's gonna be tough.
Hank, what are your 4?
Did I just? Oh my god!
So when you said it,
is there a chance 50 can come in second?
When you said it, I was like, "What the fuck?" and then when you described it, it made sense.
Yeah.
But when you said it, I was like, "What?"
Okay, so I will abide by memes' decision. I'm a fair sport. What happens if we do tie, Hank?
We have to figure that out.
There's a
Monday's
duel.
Show,
There's a duel on Monday's show.
There's a duel on Monday's show.
There's no way. You got it. You did a good try.
What did you take?
I had full-size trash cans, a massive bong, expired food, sports jerseys hung on wall.
I had an almost.
Wait, you didn't say sports jerseys hung on.
Yeah, he did. He got that.
Oh, okay.
Was that going to be your big pick?
No.
Okay, I had an almost empty keg. I had a beer bong. I had the Bob Marley poster, and then I had a random dude.
Also, not to hate, I just said I spent 3 years of my life visiting all my friends at different colleges. I don't think I ever saw a keg in there.
You never saw a keg?
Kegs were not like a major
That was a house thing, but that's fine.
Yeah,
that's not a bad pick.
I'll defend PFT on. We had a kegerator, so it wasn't usually empty.
Well,
we made an old fridge, and that also became the fridge where we just kept like the expired food. So it was like the fridge and the old fridge and freezer, it converted to a kegerator, and then just threw all of our expired food in there. Like if we get in a pinch,
the kegerator was a good idea. I had that too.
I think we inherited it when we moved.
Winning in fourth place is impossible.
That also is a niche pick which wouldn't look good on the graphic. Here, we'll do your last pick and then we'll do it.
I'm gonna say a multiple TV living room.
Like that.
Yeah. But they're like
that wasn't my A pick.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah.
What was your A pick?
No, that's his pick.
That's my pick. My first honorable mention would be red cups.
I don't think that was as A as you thought.
You go into any college apartment, there are red cups.
It could be blue
everywhere.
Well, what if you're
solo cups?
Yeah. What if you're in the Crips?
Okay.
What?
The Reds were better. I feel like the blue ones were always
red ones
smaller.
were. The Reds were better. Obviously. The one that just popped in my head, which would be hard to describe, but because I was thinking about the kegerator because we inherited it. It's something large that you inherited from the guys before. They didn't want to move out.
That was always the bong.
Yeah,
it was always like the biggest bong that I can't bring this home to my parents.
I was thinking did I make a kegerator? There's no, it was just the dudes before us couldn't move it out. We also got their TV that was like an old one of those TVs that weighs like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, the real deep ones.
Yeah.
We had one relatively flat screen and then one super deep that they were different colors too. One was gray and one was black, and you just set them up on the table so you can watch 2 football games at the same time.
All right, what else did we miss? I had
I just had spitters.
Spitters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had random workout equipment that's never used, like maybe a dumbbells. You have dumbbells?
Dumbbells.
Yeah, like dumbbells or like a bench.
But we would use every time, like before we went out, every time we would just start doing curls and be like, "This is what's gonna get us chicks tonight."
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to word it, but like either hockey sticks, baseball bats, footballs, just sporting equipment.
Mm-hmm. I had the random hockey bag that smells like shit.
Yep.
Because I had that in our apartment and it was gross.
Empty pizza boxes.
Yep.
Just on the floor on the counter.
Yep. Neon beer sign that doesn't work.
Yep.
We had that.
Neon signs.
Yeah, neon signs.
That was like a basement thing of like a house, though.
Yeah.
I had a smoke detector with no batteries in it because it started to give you the low battery beep. Yep. So you just said, okay, I don't have a smoke detector anymore.
Broken speaker.
George Foreman grill.
Yep.
That was a big miss.
For sure.
George Foreman grill. And the big one where remember when they just kept on making them bigger and bigger?
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, you're just now selling me an oven, or like a burner.
Yeah.
So I should just buy a new oven with the stovetop.
I think along those same lines would be one piece of cooking equipment that's way nicer than everything else that you have. So you try to cook everything in that thing. So if that's an air fryer, like one of their parents bought them an air fryer, now that we're going to cook everything in the air fryer.
Yeah, this is very niche, but like similar to that, either a big plastic spoon or spatula that's burnt a little bit. Someone fucked that up. It was just like melted.
A dented frying pan.
Yeah.
Everybody had the dented frying pan.
Let's see.
A stack of mail.
That's good. I had posters. Oh, shitload of hot sauce. So many different kinds of hot sauce. Just collect hot sauce. What I wanted to say, Max. What were you gonna say?
No, continue.
What?
Before we finish, I want to.
What?
I think there's a chance that we get a.
I think there's a chance.
I don't know. I like my picks, but a random dude.
Good picks.
A random dude is gonna be tough. It's gonna
random dude is gonna
like that was a mistake.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was because Max, you did the beer poster wall. That is another one where that like to me is more like freshman year, and then you graduate to the bottle cap coffee table.
Yeah.
That's the classy version of it.
I had that.
Yeah.
You go out and you use the coffee table that came with the apartment if it's furnished, but you go out to Home Depot, you get like the plexiglass rectangle cutout.
And if you have a roommate whose dad was like a really handy guy, maybe worked in construction, you had the bottle cap beer pong table, which was
That's crazy.
That wasn't made by that was a summer project with some guy's dad.
I had friends that would do it with dip cans, but never actually built it.
Yeah.
They had the idea of like, yo, I'm going to get a ton of dip cans and then I'm going to make a coffee table out of it, but then like never actually going through with any of it.
Dude, being a fucking dumbass 20-year-old rocked.
Yeah, it was the best.
Like all this stuff we're describing, I'm like phased out of, but I'm just like, that rocked. Like I was so stupid and thought I was the man and I wasn't, but that rocked.
Did you guys ever have the big plastic jug that you would either keep the bottle caps in or the pop tops from the cans?
Yeah.
Just the tops, and then you're like, look how many beers I've drank.
Yeah.
A piss jug also.
Or like something
something
on the wall that you try to snap the bottle caps into.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
like
everyone just misses.
as a target? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I feel like a lot of apartments had a dartboard that just didn't work. Either was like you lost the darts.
We had
a
nice dartboard.
Really?
We played darts a lot.
Shit like that, where it's like we would just have shit and it would be cool in theory and it would just be broken within a day and then it would just sit there.
Big miss on our part. A hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big miss.
Big miss. Fuck.
Big miss. That could have
so many random holes in the wall. And you're like, I'm going to fix this before I move out. And then you have like 3 hours on move out day. And you're like, oh, shit. Does anybody know how to do drywall?
Yeah. I think if you guys tie...
It's a duel.
I think it's a duel, and I think Max and I come with a Mount Rushmore that we spring on them.
Yes. How long do we have to get ready?
No, right away. It's instant.
Like we do it. No, but that's I think
1 minute.
This is
during the show.
No, I got
it.
I think it should be me, Max, and Memes all come up with the Mount Rushmore, and it's a 3-game series duel. So they like. So it's head to head, and we'll do a poll at 11,
best
a poll
of 3.
at noon. Yeah, best of 3. You got to win 2 out of 3. Because then we have a little flexibility where someone can't be like, "Oh, this one was slanted towards me." It'll be 3 randoms.
None of this is gonna matter.
I think there's a good chance.
Oh man!
I think.
Hey, what are your picks again? Hey, what are your picks again?
I still think you could come in second place, PhD.
Yeah, you could.
No, I think I just threw a pick. It was like the end of that Colts Texans game that decided the rest of the history of the NFL. I just threw a big pick at the end of it with random dude.
Duel.
Hey,
random dude.
What was your?
Again?
Yeah, I want to know one more time.
You tell me. You tell me what you thought.
Sports jerseys.
Sports jerseys, expired food.
Yeah, that's rocks.
Expired food rocks.
A massive bong.
A massive bong rocks.
And full-size trash cans.
Wow.
Full-size trash cans I don't love, but the other 3 are I'm very high on.
But for the 4th pick, none of this matters. But I appreciate
my pick
you guys,
was so bad. You're right.
You guys patronizing me.
You're right. I think Hank's gonna win. I think I might come in last place.
This would be awesome. This would be like one of my favorite things that's happened on this show.
Big time fumble at the goal line.
You're good. You're good.
Desmond
You're
Ritter
Gucci.
Duel.
You guys having to do Mount Rushmore's off the dome.
Oh, it'd be so good.
We should just do a real duel with paintball guns.
We could do that too.
Gotcha.
All right. Gotcha. I watch that clip every couple months, and I just laugh so hard.
It's really
Shout
good.
out Jake. He did a great job on the Creators Cup.
He did, yeah. Jake, I saw Jerry's tweet. He was dominating the desk.
Yeah, he was.
Why he was man spreading with his shoulders.
He was alpha.
Great job, Jake.
All right, let's get to our interview. We got a college football preview with Brandon Walker and Tom Fornelli, and then we have Joey Chestnut.
Fuck, random dude.
It's a tough one.
Before we get into Tom Fornelli and Brandon Walker, they're brought to you by our great friends over at Coors Light. I love Coors Light. Mountains are blue. I actually had a Coors Light last night. I drank a Coors Light. I had a little birthday celebration with the Beeve. Mountains were blue, and it's college football week, and there's a lot of big rivalry games coming up. You can choose chill with the world's most refreshing beer during these rivalry games. If you're at the whiteout, you're going to need to choose chill because you're wearing all white supporting the Miami Hurricanes, unfortunately. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment that can chill even the most heated rivalries. If you're looking to keep it chill, there's only one beer to choose. That's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold, so you know when your mountain cold refreshment is ready for you to choose chill. When things heat up, choose chill. Then crack open a Coors Light. Coors Light is the one to choose when rivalries heat up. So when you're looking to cool things down and enjoy the game, you can choose chill and reach for Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart or GoPuff by going to CoorsLight.com/take. And now here's Tom Fornelli, our college football expert, and also Brandon Walker.
Okay, we now welcome on our college football expert, Tom Fornelli, and Brandon Walker as well. Go on, sit down. What are you doing? Sit down. You not going to shake his hand? This is a real dick bag. Sit down Brandon, and talk in the mic. We're recording.
Brandon, get on the mic. It's a podcast.
It's a podcast. We're recording. We have our college football expert, Tom Fornelli, and Brandon Walker here.
Talk in the mic, Brandon.
We want to do a big-time college football preview. Brandon, welcome to Pardon My Take. You've never recorded in this studio before.
5 years I've been waiting to do this.
Well, you think Tom's been on the show 10 times.
I know. I figured you could use my experience. I could help you out, show you the ropes about how you talk college football on this show. I do well talking college football. First of all, it's good to meet you. Good to meet you. You and I have gone back and forth many times on Twitter.
What do you guys go back and forth about?
Oh, nothing. We just get in the mix a little bit together, right? We just talk ball.
Is Brandon a Tom reply guy?
No. Tom's more of a Brandon reply guy than I am a Tom reply guy.
Yeah, but we had the bowl game against each other, and that kind of really fueled the ride.
Oh yeah, the Illinois.
Mississippi State, Illinois.
So Brandon, did you think there was going to be a twist?
That shows how stupid I am. Not once did I consider.
You kind of
maybe I'm an egomaniac because I was like, yeah, it's about goddamn time. It's about time, and not once did I think they're luring me into something.
Yeah,
well, Tom is our number one college football person.
He is.
You've never really given anybody else a chance.
I know Andy Staples got chances.
He's
if you need to know what chalupa to get in Oklahoma City, that's your guy. But if we're talking ball.
I don't think there's any chalupa.
Tom talks ball.
Stillwater then, whatever.
I just want to make sure you know this was my idea. They had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's true.
They asked me to come on again they always do.
I know both these sons of bitches. This was not your idea.
Nope. My idea. I can show you the text.
This is Tom. Listen.
This was all you.
You got outflanked by
I said
Tom
I want
Fornelli.
Brandon on with me.
Yeah. Well done, Tom.
That's why
listen, we got the two best college football minds sitting on the couch.
Exactly.
Got one of
This
them,
is going to be great. I want to get into it. Let's start with takes.
I can't fucking believe. I walked in here and not once in my mind did I go, I wonder who's sitting on that couch. No. Dumb fuck. All right, go. Sorry.
Pardon my takes, number one college football expert.
Sorry.
I guess let's start with the playoff, and we'll work our way backwards. Do you guys want to do a playoff draft in front of us?
Are you a playoff guy?
I am. I think this day is a long time coming for college football. Anybody that says college football is worse off for the playoff is lying or just grifting or something, because more seats at the table is good for everybody, and it doesn't diminish the regular season. Excuse me. It doesn't diminish the regular season.
Tom's never done that.
It's a mistake.
It doesn't diminish it at all. It makes us have way more games that matter in November. I love the playoff.
But can't you argue that Florida State losing to Georgia Tech on Saturday is already kind of diminished, because a couple years ago that loss completely fucks their season. It makes it even more fun, whereas now the immediate reaction is Herbie getting on Twitter saying,
it's not, because
but you could still get in.
Every game means more in the
their season is absolutely fucked now. That team that couldn't
technically no.
They can still win the ACC.
No, we're not talking technicalities. That team that played on Saturday is not a playoff team in a 4-team format, a 12-team format, a 30-team format. That's not a playoff team. That's an average football team we saw.
I don't know if I'd call it average. I don't think it looked good, that's for sure. Like, I don't think Florida State.
If that wasn't average, what is?
We agree that Florida State should not have been the 10th best team in the country as far as the
anybody who looked at that team and voted them to be in the playoff or be number 10 should not have a vote.
But the preseason votes are always bullshit.
But when I look at the rest of the ACC, I don't think Florida State's a team that can't win the ACC already.
If they get bullied, and I mean absolutely bullied at the point of attack by Georgia Tech.
How many teams have Georgia Tech's offensive line?
Clemson's going to be able to bully them.
You're arguing Clemson has a great offensive line.
No, I'm saying Clemson as a whole team is a bully team. I think Clemson's defensive line will be able to bully Florida State's offensive line, which also didn't get any push after that first drive.
Dabo's not a bully. He's not even taking calls on his radio show. He got bullied by Tyler from Spartanburg.
No. He responded well to that.
Why? By shutting him out? By censoring free speech?
He stood up. Dabo's got that drip.
Right. Which team am I describing right now? Bad quarterback who's been around for a while. We know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Questionable offensive line, questionable receivers, questionable defensively in the secondary.
I think you're attempting to describe Clemson, right?
And who?
Florida State.
Florida State.
Florida State, yeah.
Well, Brandon, you really don't know college football.
No, I just told him exactly what he was thinking about. But Clemson, here's my thing about Clemson. I know Cade wasn't great last year. I really know he wasn't great. DJ, we've seen him not be great at multiple spots.
And game against Notre Dame.
And people still thought DJ could do it. Cade, I think, second year in a system with Garrett Riley, guys can get better from year to year, especially if they stay in the same system. If you transfer every year, you're not getting better. But I think Cade is in a spot where he could improve.
Do you guys?
Drew Adler's same way, by the way, in the Big Ten.
Yeah, which I disagree on that. Do you think Dabo will ever go to the transfer portal?
Yes.
You think he'll have to eventually?
I think he's going to have to. Yeah.
It's crazy that he's not. He just. Do they have a single transfer?
No, it's them in the three services.
They lost a couple. Yeah, they lost a couple. They didn't gain a couple.
Can't tell me Caleb Downs can't help them?
But don't you think he's got an opportunity?
Probably could.
Yeah, probably could.
I don't think he has the opportunity to be the counterculture to the to the transfer portal, because if he's getting guys out of high school and actually developing them in the face of everybody else going the easy way.
You got to win first.
But hold on.
Opportunity exists. Do I think he could pull it off? No.
But hold on. There's two ways to use the transfer portal. You could do the Lane Kiffin where you just get a new team every year, or the Deion Sanders, or like in Ohio State, who's like, hey, we got a couple holes. Let's fill the 3 or 4 holes that we have. How could you not want to do that?
So that can work. It absolutely can work. It also not work. Like Florida State did that this year.
But depth is never a problem, especially with how many games they got to play now.
I just think with in the era of college football, everybody's going to the portal, everybody's going to the cupboard, and Dabo is and I think Dabo's been a full of shit guy his whole career. He is not full of shit about this. He's living exactly what he's saying, and I think it could work. Like, he's got a sophomore class that last year took some lumps on that defensive line, especially. I think they're going to be loaded this year.
So we'll just start with the ACC because we're already talking about it. If it's not Florida State or Clemson, is it Miami?
Yeah,
Ward?
It fucking better be.
Miami's roster's loaded.
Yeah. Is the seat warm for Cristobal? I feel like he's still got
anything less than 9-3. I think the seat's warm.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I'm with him. I know he has Clemson winning the ACC. I was just trying to make a point. I have Clemson winning the ACC too. I do think receiver-wise, they're going to be better than they were last year.
So this guy's just baiting me.
No, that was good podcast.
It was a thought exercise.
Yeah, you can't just all agree on everything.
No, obviously, like if he's able to do this without using the transfer portal, that would be incredible in this day and age. He's had resounding success before, but this is a new style of college football. This is a new way to build a team, and it seems to me like if he's not willing to go to the portal, then he's just going to lose players over the years.
I think Dabo can win the ACC without using the portal because I don't think the ACC is that good. I think it is a 3-team league, and then there are good teams. There's the NC States, there's your Virginia Techs, but those aren't like teams that I'm looking at as title contenders. I think he can win the ACC, but without using the portal when he gets to the playoff, I think they're probably going to get their ass kicked.
Depth, yeah.
They don't have the depth to compete with those other teams. So I think that when you look at what Clemson has been the last few years, there have been obvious holes on that roster. You knew going in they could use help. Like, everybody needs help on the offensive line. They don't exist in the portal for the most part. But you knew they needed help at wide receiver. They never went after him. It could have made a huge difference last year.
Keon Coleman.
Offense. Yeah, you could have gone after Keon Coleman. I don't know if you heard he could dunk in shorts or in jeans. But, like, I think that is the one aspect that really is going to cut him short. And I think that if they keep failing, he will change his approach. He will realize I need to do something if I want to get to the title game.
Yeah. What's up, Hank? Oh, you're just putting Tom's mic closer?
Oh, my bad.
I like that. No, you're good.
Good producing, Hank.
I'll just swallow it like Brandon is, like this.
No, that's how you do it.
He didn't have his second lunch.
I'm just saying, like the mics in my studio don't have to be this close.
Megan brought me banana pudding.
Okay, so you did have your second lunch.
What about dark horse?
In the ACC or completely?
What about? Well, I was going to throw you out one and then get your reaction.
Go ahead.
Virginia Tech Hokies.
I don't know if they're a dark horse. I think they're getting a lot of love. They bring 18 of 22 starters back. They got Kyron Drones, a good quarterback. I actually don't like them as much as most people. That's why I like Vanderbilt minus, plus 13.5 this weekend. They bring back 18 starters off a team that went 6-6. Like this isn't. They didn't go 9-3. I think they're pretty good. I like NC State a little bit more than Virginia Tech.
You did just mention Cade Klubnik in the second year under an offensive coordinator can improve, did you not?
I did.
I think Kyron Jones in his second year as a starter can improve, and I think Kyron Jones, between his size, his arm, and his mobility, I watched a lot of their tape last year, and he took over for Grant Wells, who got hurt. He becomes a starter. He transfers for Baylor. He was kind of at the start of the season, as you'd expect a kid without much experience. But as the year went on and they got more familiar with what his strengths were and what he could do, that offense started getting pretty damn good towards the end of the season. They've got a couple good running backs. They've got good receivers. The offensive line I thought was okay. Yeah. That is one of the bigger hindrances, I think, for that team, whether that can take a step forward. Defensively, they got a couple guys. I don't think they're spectacular, but I do think in the ACC, whereas we're talking about Clemson, Florida State, Miami, after that, there's a whole hell of a lot of wiggle room. I do think Tech could take advantage of that because when you look at what they have with the experience, with the quarterback, and with a schedule that I think is kind of friendly, all things considered, they could be in the hunt for like an ACC championship game appearance.
And there's always Beamer ball, just kind of like, if they block a punt, it's Beamer ball.
So anything that happened basically between like 95 and 02, if it happens again, it just goes back to them.
Beamer ball.
Okay.
Beamer ball.
Yeah, if they do anything that's like outside of regular offense and defense, it's Beamer.
If they block a punt, it's game over.
Yeah, it's
pretty much what I've learned.
It just goes back to anything you saw like 5 or 10 years ago. Like DJ's good game against Notre Dame. He's always that guy.
He was incredible.
Virginia Tech will always have a speedy guy they recruit from the track team to just stand on the edge for field goals. And just run as fast as you can at the holder. Beamer ball.
Yeah. I had a thought. And I want you guys we'll jump to the Big 12, which is, I think, going to be the funnest conference to watch because it just feels like there's, 6-8 teams that could win it.
The Big 10.
No, the Big 12. Okay. Utah, 55-1. Is that crazy?
To win the national title?
I know they're probably not going to win the national title.
No, that's crazy.
Okay,
that's
but
crazy.
Hear me out. Yeah. Hear me out. I know they're not going to win the national title. If they win the Big 12, they could potentially get the 3 or 4 seed. And they could be by already, you got your first game. Say they get the 4 seed and they play the 5 seed. Maybe it's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's a coin flip game. And, you're basically betting on Cam Rising being not injured for the entire year, which is not a great bet. But I don't know. It's more of I don't think they're going to win a national title. I think I'd get in a spot where I could maybe hedge.
If you want to get in a hedge spot, I mean they are.
It'd be a hedge bet.
They have the lowest odds to make the playoff of any Big 12 team. So I mean they could get to the playoff and they could put you in a hedge spot. I personally don't like them that much. I don't like them as much as most people like them this year.
Who do you like in the Big 12?
Kansas State.
That's what everyone loves.
Who do you like?
Kansas State.
Okay, let me throw this idea at you. I've thrown it out there on Twitter and everything. But Utah's main advantage in the Pac-12 was when they would play USC and UCLA and Arizona State and all those. They had a distinct physicality advantage, and they could bully those teams. Now, most of the Big 12, you probably can do that too, but you ain't doing that to Kansas State.
They don't play them in the regular season.
And you're not doing that to Oklahoma State, who they have to go to Stillwater.
I know, that's their toughest game.
They're not bullying those teams, and that was their big advantage. It wasn't a talent advantage. It was a toughness advantage, and that's gone now. That's why I like Kansas State to win it more than I like Utah.
And the other side of that, like offensively, they were still very physical. Last couple of years, defensively, you could push Utah around a little.
All right, so I won't do it. It's also the Cam Rising thing that makes me. I love Cam Rising, but he's been hurt a lot.
He's been hurt
a lot. All right, so other teams, because there are a ton of teams in the Big 12.
I had 8 that could win it as well.
So list them.
So Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Utah are the 3 at the top. I think Iowa State's right behind those.
UCF.
I don't have UCF in the group. I got Kansas in the group, but that's entirely based on defense coming a long way and Jalen Daniels staying healthy. I think West Virginia sneaks in that group.
Disagree.
You don't think West Virginia sneaks in that group?
No,
you think the defensive losses are too much?
I just think that last year they took advantage of some quarterback injuries and some close games, and I think that this year there could be a comeuppance for it.
I think
you got to dismiss Kansas real quick there.
No, I just
brushed him off.
I didn't brush him off. I put him in the group, but again, Jalen Daniels has never played a full season healthy, and if he doesn't, they don't have a chance.
Yeah, they don't have a Jason Bean this year behind him. And also, I think another thing that's discussed too is Andy Kotelnicki, their offensive coordinator, has left to take over at Penn State. How does that offense look without him with a new play caller there if Jalen Daniels goes down? Because that was one of the things that really impressed me about Kotelnicki was the last couple of years with Daniels not being available, the way he was able to keep things going at the pace that they were with Bean. And it was just really impressive. So I don't know. I think the thing about the Big 12 is my hot take about the Big 12 is that nobody is coming out of that league with fewer than 3 losses.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
so they're going to
4,
be
9, and 3
one bid league?
One bid league.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I think in my playoff I had 2 teams. I had Oklahoma State and Kansas State making it. Like
it's gonna be hard to get 2 in the.
You don't even have Utah making it.
I don't have Utah making it because
their schedule's not tough.
Schedule's not that tough. I just think their advantages they had over the Pac-12 are gone, and I think I like Kansas State better. I like Oklahoma State better.
They do have like a Gen X quarterback in Alan Bowman, which kind of worries me. He's been around a
he's
long time.
7 years.
He's Brandon Whedon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think my concern about Oklahoma State is it's a Mike Gundy team, so you expect a certain level of competence. I just worry that they're too dependent on Ollie Gordon. And Ollie Gordon got so many touches last year. And you come back, and if you're trying to rely on him to that same level, we've seen running backs break down. What happens if Ollie Gordon suffers an injury? That's a team whose season can go down.
And his punishment for the DUI is 100 carries, right?
Yeah.
Mike Gundy said that.
Yeah. Beneficial to the team.
Yeah.
He's going to give him more work.
Yeah.
That'll teach him.
I want to defend Mike Gundy here. I was drunk driving here today.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I saw your park job.
Does Gundy have the disease or the syndrome that when he's hyped up and good, they never live up to it, and when he's not hyped up and good, that's when they sneak out 10 wins?
I think there's definitely a correlation there.
They never deliver when they're the favorite.
Mm-hmm. That's Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He's college Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many similarities between those two guys.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk Big Ten. Obviously Ohio State is the favorite. They have that's the best Ohio State team on paper in a long time.
Yeah.
I think Oregon's going to be very, very good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking about number 2 and number 3.
I understand, but who else? I know Brandon's high on Penn State.
Yeah.
He's a Drew Aller apologist.
Guy had 29 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He just couldn't beat Michigan and Ohio State last year. I don't think that's that big of a sin. With no receivers on his team, by the way.
I am not a Drew Aller hater by any stretch of the means, but I think part of the reason he didn't throw any interceptions is because he never took any chances.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the Shadur situation with Colorado, where it's like everybody talks about how he didn't turn the ball over. It's like, well, he would wait till the guy was wide open before throwing it. I think he needs to get a bit more aggressive, but I do think, to your point, part of that was Penn State's receivers last year were so bad that like they really weren't getting any separation. And I don't know if they have fixed that as far as personnel-wise, but going back to Andy Kotelnicki, like when he was at Kansas, it's not like he was working with 4- and 5-star players everywhere up and down that roster.
True.
He was able to scheme guys open and get the plays there. So if he's able to bring what he had at Kansas to Penn State, I do think Penn State is a team that could take kind of that last step that they've been missing.
And now that they don't have to take that step. The step came to them.
Yeah.
They couldn't get in a 4-team playoff, but over
They'll be in it every year.
They would have made six out of the last 9 years. They would have made 12
can they win with like that's the thing though, because like they've been losing to Michigan, they've been losing to Ohio State. So the argument would be, had the playoff existed for the last 10 years, Penn State would have been there 6 times. How many games would they have won while they were there?
Right.
I think that Kotelnicki could get them to a spot where they could beat Michigan, beat Ohio State, and win a playoff.
Fair enough.
They finished what? If you look at their aggregate ranking and then divide it by the number of years, I think they average out
6
about
times.
Yeah, they average out about they would be the 8.5 seed.
Yeah.
If they make the playoffs as a 10 seed, that actually feels like a win for James Franklin, right? It feels better.
Yeah, getting in
if you're in the playoff as opposed to what it's been in the past, which is being number 8 in the country, coming on strong at the end of the year. You lose a couple very blatant, like nationally televised games that rub salt in the wound. At the end of the season, you're like, damn, we were almost really good. Now you can be almost really good, and it's actually better than it was before.
Yeah, finishing 8th in a 4-team table doesn't work. Finishing 10th at a 12-team table, you've got a seat.
You feel that's a win. Yeah.
But what we'll see is a change in expectation. Like the talk now with James Franklin, whether you're talking to Penn State fans who don't like him or just national media consensus, can't win the big game. We're going to see coaches who are now getting to the playoff, and we're saying, well, it would have helped James Franklin's reputation huge if they'd gotten to the playoff all these years. But once you get there and you don't win anything, it's going to quickly turn into, well, we got to get ourselves a coach who can win a playoff game. So it's a double-edged sword.
I also think the firing line is changing too, because now that 12-team playoff, if you finish 14th, that hot seat's a lot quicker.
It is crazy, too, the expectations when you consider the fact that coaching in this college football season, there's only 3 coaches that have won a national title.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. Well,
So
Saban hogged them all.
Yeah. But it's Kirby, it's Dabo, and it's Mac Brown. That's it.
Yeah.
So like that. I wonder how many expectation.
I wonder how many casual fans would be able to name the third.
Yeah.
Like I think everybody would get Kirby and they would get
Dabo,
but I think a lot of fans would be like, "Shit, I don't know who the third person."
Right, and so that's the expectation.
That's one of the best gigs in college football, I think.
Yeah,
the expectations are very low compared to what they were at Texas.
But you're expecting out of everyone something that 3 guys have.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
Hard to do.
Yeah, hard to do. I got a question about Ohio State. So I've come around a little bit. I'm not the biggest Will Howard guy. I do think he's like a tough gamer. He's a Kansas State quarterback. That's what, sure. He's not going to light it up throwing it, but he'll make the big plays, get the big first downs. Is there any concern that Ohio State is built to pound teams running the foot? They're almost built like Michigan last year.
They're built exactly
like Michigan last year.
But Chip Kelly's the OC.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So is there any concern that doesn't fully match up?
No, I think it matches up perfectly. Okay. They have the best running back room in the country. Chip Kelly coached at Oregon 8 years. They led the Pac-12 in rushing 8 times. He coached at UCLA 7 years. They finished first or second 7 times. They're going to run. And what did Michigan ask J.J. McCarthy to do last year? I'm not saying how good he is.
JJ.
What did they ask him to do? Not much. Throw for 150 yards and a key throw here and there, hand the ball off. And that's what Ohio State's going to ask Will Howard to do, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, because that's my only concern with them is if he gets in a game where he has to throw it deep a bunch, that's not Will Howard.
My concern, I think there are Will Howard questions because we haven't seen him in an offense like Ohio State's, but I do think that Ohio State's offense will look a lot different. Like we're saying, it's going to look more along the lines of Will Howard, which is why they went and got him. Because Kyle McCord, I think if you look at McCord versus Will Howard talent-wise, there's really not a huge disparity. It's just Will Howard can run.
Right.
And for a Chip Kelly offense, I think that's important.
True.
My biggest concern with Ohio State will be the offensive line. I don't know if they have the line to run the ball as effectively as they want. And if Will Howard is not giving you that kind of vertical passing threat, then defenses don't have to respect it, then it could become more difficult for them to run. It's just, I think, talent-wise, you look at the rest of the Big Ten, I don't know how often it's going to happen.
Yeah, every time we talk about Ohio State, there has to be a disclaimer that the nitpicking we're doing is just based on winning a national title.
It's the most talented team in the country.
Yeah.
Here's what could go wrong.
It's can they win a national title? That's the only question.
The offensive line certainly is, if you had to list a concern, it might be on there. But that defense is going to be lights out. It's going to be the best defense.
The fact they added Caleb Downs.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. It will be just as good as Michigan's defense was last year.
Yeah.
Do you want 15 seconds to talk about Illinois, Tom?
Illinois is going to go bowling. They're going to get to at least 6 wins, probably 7. I think they might have one of the best offensive lines in the Big Ten. I think they got J.C. Davis, who is a left tackle from New Mexico. You can't find offensive linemen in the portal. Illinois found one. He'll be an NFL draft pick. I think offensively they will look a lot like the Brett teams you used to from Wisconsin. They're going to run the ball more. And no, we got lots.
I'm going to extend it. I'm going to seed my Wisconsin.
We'll give 3 seconds to Mississippi State so that way we can name all the national titles they've won. So,
well, how many has Illinois won?
5.
No. How many real ones?
5.
Okay. Don't pee on my leg.
How many conference titles has Mississippi State won?
Oh, we had one, buddy.
Yeah,
we had one. Oh, you ever heard of World War II? We won one in the height of it. So
whenever it was off,
all the manliest men were playing college.
Correct. Yeah. 1941. Look it up.
Now, long story short, Illinois offense good, Illinois defense
offense good.
Neutral site game.
Lost Jim Leonard.
Your quarterback couldn't go to the playoffs at Starkville High School.
Our quarterback, we had a backup last year throwing for 500 yards a game, man.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Neutral site game, Illinois, Mississippi State. What's the spread?
Oh, Illinois by 30.
Mississippi State by...
Mississippi State's going to be really bad this year.
We've only played once, right? That's it.
I think that was the only time.
Yeah, only time, and Mississippi State won that one, so we own you forever. For the rest of time.
Until we meet in the playoffs.
What a sad couple of teams to argue with each other.
Me and Brandon just sitting there like, yeah,
fuck you.
7 wins, maybe.
2 midgets in a dunk contest over
here. We've been to 4 bowl games the last 10 years. How about you?
How many games is Mississippi State going to win?
5, 6.
Okay. Wait, so back to the Big Ten real quick. If it's not Oregon and Ohio State.
It would have to be Penn State, I think.
Could it still be Michigan?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
100% no. Why? How? I'll let you go first.
You are a Michigan hater.
Huh? You just talked about how Michigan last year didn't ask its quarterback to do anything, and they still won a national title. And now the one thing I hear hammered over the head about why Michigan's going to be bad is, well, who's the quarterback? If Alex Orji, who is a giant man who's very fast, is able to throw the football at any rate. We're talking if he can just be Will Howard. I don't see any reason why Michigan can't be as good as Ohio State, because defensively, Michigan's still just as good as Ohio State is. They have 3 first-round picks on that defense. They might have 2 top 5 picks. In the offensive line, I think is a huge question.
No, it's bigger than a huge question.
But the offensive line last year suffered a whole bunch of injuries, and that really did not stop them from mauling people and winning a national title. Sharon Moore, he has somewhat of a history of being an offensive line coach. I am not worried about them developing a line. It could be a slow start, but Michigan, to me, is one of those teams that in September they might look kind of meh, but by the time you get to November, when that stuff starts gelling, they might be a really good team who's going to be like, the momentum dark horse in the playoff.
Maybe, but Texas early, Oregon in the middle, Ohio State late. That's 3 losses.
Are you that confident in Texas on the road in Ann Arbor?
Not as much, but I do favor Texas to beat Michigan there. Listen, I think you really are sanding over the offensive line. Like, this was the best offensive line in the country last year, and it is
address the allegations of sanding over.
Way up there.
Address the allegations of sanding over.
You sand over it? You sandpapered over that.
Okay. I have not sanded over.
You sandpapered over that very quickly.
First of all, Michigan's offensive line is made of sandpaper, so how the fuck can you sand over it?
You can sandpaper over sandpaper.
But
you can't.
That's like iron sharpens iron. They both get grittier.
I think you start a fire if you do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He actually gassed him up.
So Michigan's offensive line's on fire. They're going to die in a fire.
Yes.
And I don't think they're going to be as good.
But Alex Orji's so good he doesn't need it.
You got half as good. You're half as good at running back as you were last year. And listen, I know.
All right, no. Half as good at running back. Blake Corum was getting 3 yards a carry.
I shit on J.J. McCarthy a lot, but you had a guy, they had a lot going on off the field. A lot of distractions.
Yep.
They're going to have the same damn distractions this year.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they definitely won't. You cannot say those are going to be the same.
They just received the notice of allegations, but they've got Sharon Moore.
Nothing's going to come from them.
Having Connor Stallions happen in the middle of the season it won't pale in comparison.
You don't have a veteran quarterback to get you through it. You don't have the great offensive line to get you through it. You don't have the veteran coach to get you through it. Even though he was not on the sidelines, he was getting them through it. Now you got a rookie head coach doing it. I just think
this beat Ohio State.
Not a rookie. He did coach last
There's
year.
so much.
He has more wins over Ohio State and Penn State than 80% of the coaches in the Big Ten.
I'm not saying they're falling off to 6-6 level, but I think they're going 9-3.
Well, if Michigan goes 9-3 against that schedule, they'll get in the playoff.
I don't know. We don't know what's going to be around them.
They'll get in.
We don't know what's around them. We don't know what's around them.
Well, they'll get in.
They go 9-2 into Columbus. They get beat by 40 points. You think they're getting in?
No, but they're not going to get beat by 40 points.
Address the allegation that they got half as good at running back.
Well, I'm just saying.
Are you talking about just based on touchdowns?
They had the best running back room in the country last year. They bring one back. One's in the NFL.
Yeah, but the one they bring back is not as injured as he was.
Yeah,
he's damn good.
He's
damn good.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's damn good. But do you think they can win the Big Ten? Do you honestly think they can?
Yes. I think Brandon is a known Michigan hater. In fact, when Brandon talks about Michigan, there should be a blinking sign on the screen saying "Michigan haters thoughts." And then they should all
this team is not as talented on paper as
Dave's
Ohio
been
State and
mean
Oregon.
To him, though, so I get
Dave's
it.
very mean to him.
Yeah, I get it.
This team is not as talented as Ohio State and Oregon on paper.
No, on paper, but they don't play the games on paper. Ohio State was more talented than them last year.
Yeah, they don't play the games on
paper.
Got the
shit.
I mean, Michigan was pretty damn talented.
Brandon, they don't play the games on paper.
All right.
Now say sandpaper. You just talked about sandpaper.
Let's sandpaper over that.
Yeah. All right, I got to take.
We didn't talk about Oregon.
We didn't talk about Oregon. They're really good. Dylan Gabriel's the man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. Oh, wait. Time out. Brandon and I were in the car together when he was convinced that Dylan Gabriel was going to Mississippi State.
You guys drive to work together?
Yeah, all the time.
We were. I don't know where we were going, but he was like, "It's going to be announced any second." And as he was saying that, Dylan Gabriel to Oregon, so he's got a little bit of Dylan Gabriel bias.
I think he's a good quarterback. I think him as the Heisman favorite's a little bit too much.
Agreed.
That's fine. Yeah,
I will say we interviewed while we were in Indianapolis, the Cover 3 podcast, and we interviewed Gabriel. We're a large podcast. He was the smallest one of the 5 of us on the show at that
He's a tiny man.
Yeah, he's not a big guy. It's kind of startling when you see him in person how small he is. So if he goes down, they have Dante Moore, who transferred in from UCLA. He's a highly touted kid out of high school.
All he did was throw picks last year.
Yeah, and he wanted to go to Oregon so he could sit because that was like his goal. He wants to develop and become a better QB. If they're forced to go to him, if Gabriel goes down, that could be tough for them. And they've suffered a couple like low-key injuries on the offensive line in camp that are somewhat concerning. But again, it's kind of like with Ohio State earlier. You're nitpicking. This is a very talented team that will probably win a lot of games.
Okay, what about Washington? Belichick's coaching Washington.
Yeah, not very good.
They lost everything.
I bought Hank a Washington T-shirt, and he didn't even fucking thank me for it.
No.
That's classic Hank.
I know.
They lost everything, and they didn't get. And Jed Fish didn't get anything.
They brought him
with him.
Listen, nobody is a more experienced watcher of Will Rogers football than I am.
I know. I was going to say, you've lived through this.
I have lived through this, and it's just not – it ain't happening. He can't throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field. I don't expect he'll start much. If he even starts the year, maybe he'll start 3 or 4 games. But Washington, just too much talent has gone and too much the conference is too hard they're going into. Like 6-6, 7-5, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Washington's going to be very good this year. I think Hank's getting in on the ground floor, so that way you can't call him a bandwagon fan.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I'm high on USC. I know that's stupid.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Miller Moss is fantastic, and that receiver room is as good as anybody in the country. It's the defense.
But it's going to be a lot better.
Because Alex Grinch doesn't exist there anymore.
He's the safeties coach at Wisconsin now.
I mean, that's the thing.
Can't fuck that up too bad.
Their defense doesn't have to be good. Like Lincoln
Riley
Riley's
has to not miss tackles.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma defenses weren't what you would consider good,
yeah,
but they were just good enough. Like, I think that if the defense improves and can tackle and just be kind of below average,
hold on.
They brought in Lynn for the bowl game, and they were better in the bowl game immediately.
Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma defenses were also playing in the Big 12. This team, USC is going to be playing in the Big 10. Like this.
That's right. The home of all those great offenses.
I think there's some fine offenses in the Big 10.
Besides Illinois, name one.
Yeah, I thought Brandon was doing a bit there.
Ohio State, Oregon, those are not good offenses. We're just pretending those are not good offenses.
Good offenses.
They are. But most.
But it's not the Big 12.
They can get to 8-9 wins.
Ohio State is probably going to run the ball down the throat. Yes.
I mean, the Big 12, the comparable spot in the Big 12 is, Texas Tech is the same level as, like, I don't know. No, not even Iowa. Illinois, Indiana. The Big 12 has better offenses.
Y'all don't think coming into the Big 10 is going to be a shock for that defense?
I think it's going to be,
I think that they might actually be better equipped for it because they're going to see more run than they were in the Pac-12. In the Pac-12, they were.
But they couldn't stop the run, Tom. They couldn't stop the run or the pass.
Yeah, but UCLA could stop the run.
When you only have to worry about one, it becomes easier to do the other.
But they got UCLA's defensive coordinator, who was UCLA's defense was very good last year.
To back up his point, DeAnton Lynn, who was at UCLA last year, his defensive line was much better.
Yeah, that's true.
He's inheriting at USC. But I do think, like, just coaching-wise, because I don't think the problem specifically with USC last year was talent. Like, I don't think they had top-tier talent on the defensive side of the ball. I thought that was a poorly coached team who clearly did not work on tackling in practice during the season, and it showed on Saturdays. I think there is going to be very much a philosophical change in how they approach that side of the ball, and that alone, I think, will lead to some.
Again, the bowl game was you could see it right away.
Grinch keeping allowed that job as long as he did was
malpractice on Lincoln's part.
And they got bigger guys. Andy Staples taught us that.
It matters.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with Mr. Staples.
You want big guys playing defensive line.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Named Bear.
SEC. I know you disagree with this, Brandon, but and this is not a hot take because it's still Alabama, but I think Jalen Milroe is going to be awesome in Kalen DeBoer's offense.
Yeah, I don't. I just think
why.
It took, and
what does Kalen DeBoer do?
I'm not comparing Kalen DeBoer and Tommy Rees. I'm not. What I'm saying is it took Tommy Rees and that offensive staff about a month to figure out how to best utilize Jalen Milroe. You had to work around his deficiencies. You had to work around the fact he can't really throw the ball.
Okay, but
they had to work around it, and they did. They figured it out. But once they got to the playoff and play in Michigan, he was terrible again. He just didn't do anything.
I mean, they were a snap away from.
That's fine, but
it's not
it certainly wasn't thanks to Jalen Milroe the way he played. And that I think Jalen Milroe is a challenge for offensive coordinators, and I think if they had a better quarterback, I would be a lot higher on Alabama.
Okay. I just think Kalen DeBoer is a great coach.
He is.
And what does he do? He schemes it up, especially deep balls with Jalen Milroe. That is what he's elite at.
What?
He's
Jalen Milroe good at deep balls?
Deep balls. He can throw deep balls. He can't throw anything in the middle of the field.
He can physically throw it that far, but he knows where it's
going. I have seen him throw good deep balls.
You don't think he's good?
No, I think he's not good at deep balls.
Listen, I watched a lot of Alabama games last year. I saw everything that you guys
chucks the ball deep, and
I'm not saying
he had receivers capable of running under it.
I'm not saying
they were not exactly accurate.
But he can't throw in the middle of the field.
If you were to highlight one thing that he's better at than other things,
running.
Well, I'm talking about throwing the ball. It would probably be a deep ball
for sure.
Yeah, because if you throw a deep ball and somebody goes and gets it, it looks like a good throw. He can't throw it.
Don't put a spy on him.
If you try to use Jalen Milroe to run the Michael Penix offense, it's going to fall apart.
Well, yeah.
And
that's Michael Penix.
It's going to fall apart.
I want to
but he can run a lot better than Michael Penix.
Kalen DeBoer is a great coach, and I think that over the long haul, Alabama's going to be pretty damn good under DeBoer as long as they give him a chance and they don't overreact to any.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but you aren't going to see the Washington offense you saw last year at Alabama with Jalen Milroe because he had Michael Penix and 3 NFL receivers.
Yeah.
Alabama doesn't have that. They've got Jalen Milroe, who has a chance to be a good college quarterback, but I do not think – I think the completion percentage on those deep balls last year is really carrying a lot of weight more than the actual throws.
12 touchdowns, 1 interception on deep balls.
Deep balls.
It's hard to throw an interception on the deep ball.
Here's who he is.
Here's who he can't throw in the middle of the field.
Jalen Miller firmly falls in that category, and there are a bunch of teams across the country that have this, where you talk about their quarterback and you just say, Jalen Milroe is Jalen Milroe. That's what you're looking at this.
On cover 3, we call them Jag Pluses.
Jag Pluses, okay.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Just a guy, really just a little bit more than just.
Do you have something like that?
You don't even know what it is. You just say
just a guy. Jag Plus.
Yeah, I use Jag a lot, but I can't use Jag Plus. That's copyrighted.
Copyrighted. Bud will sue you. He is a lawyer.
No, I know.
So you don't think Alabama's going to be good?
No. I didn't say that.
It sounds like you said.
I think Alabama will be solid, but I think the second they lose to Tennessee and Knoxville, the second they lose a game that fan base isn't expecting to lose, like they can lose to Georgia, fine. But if they lose to Tennessee and Knoxville, that fan base is going to melt down, freak out, and I'm not sure Kalen DeBoer will be able to right that ship this year. I think in the SEC, there's not enough air to go around to support everybody that thinks they're a contender this year, and somebody's going by the wayside.
But everyone is still in it.
In what sense?
The 12-team playoff.
The 12-team playoff, but there's 8 fan bases in the SEC that think they're going to the playoff this year.
Yeah.
8 of them. Half the SEC.
Who's the most delusional?
Ole Miss.
Mississippi State.
No, I don't. First of all, we know exactly what we're getting into this year.
No, you said 5 wins, then you said 6, and you said 5. You don't know exactly.
5, 6, and 5. The average is 5.5. What? I'm right around it. Okay. Ole Miss, I don't think is delusional because I think that roster is very good. But as far as delusional,
but Ole Miss is very similar, where like they kind of like the Penn State, they can't beat the good teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lane Kiffin has not won those games.
They can't, but God,
and they also,
God damn, they went out and got a lot of help.
Yeah, I know they did, but they also. It wasn't like they were blowing out everyone else either last year.
No, they
were in some scary ones.
They didn't really. They had the one good win over LSU, finished 9-3.
That was
they didn't really have
end of the
else.
game.
That was 51-45. Could have gone either way. But again, Lane saw every deficiency they had and addressed it with a big-time transfer portal. It wasn't like he just went out and got guys for the sake of getting them. He got Walter Nolan to plug the defensive line. He got Princely.
So you think this might be the year for Ole Miss? Ben Mintz already said they're in the college football playoff.
I don't care. He's cross-eyed. Here's the thing about Ole Miss, and this is true about Mississippi State too, and I said it earlier about another team. But every time there's high expectations on a team in Mississippi, it never works. It has never worked. We only do well coming from the back. I think they're a great team. I think they're a top 10 team. I hope they're not. I hope they fall, but I think they are.
I mean, I think that playoff is a realistic expectation for Ole Miss. I do think it's going to be difficult. And I do think one of the more interesting aspects of following the SEC now that Texas and Oklahoma are in the league is that somebody's going to have to be losing these games. Because
Georgia has a gauntlet of a schedule.
There's not enough oxygen to support everybody.
Yeah, like when you're already
have you used that line before?
It's my line for this year.
Okay.
That's a congestive heart failure thing. It's very common.
Yeah.
When you're already a league that has like 5 teams that consider themselves legit national title contenders, and then you add 2 more, like somebody is going to be like the 7-5 team that's looking around like, what the fuck?
And there's teams like Ole Miss and Missouri who are not used to being on this level, who believe they're on this level this year.
And of those
although Missouri's not.
Yeah, I don't think Missouri's going to. Yeah. I think it's going to be a rough season.
I think they're an 8-4 team.
I'll give you some names, and you tell me if they're delusional by thinking that they should be in the playoff.
They're all
in
delusional.
the SEC.
They're SEC fans.
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
Oh, that's delusional.
Yes.
Delusional.
That's delusional.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they truly believe that. I think they want that, and they might believe it in year 2, but not in year 1.
If they win week 1, they're definitely.
Oh, for sure. They're all in. Yeah.
Then they're all in.
But that changes everything, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Missouri sounds like delusional.
No, I understand why they think it. They like the coach. Luther Burden's the best receiver in the country. I understand why they think it, but the loss of the defensive coordinator and so many defensive players, it's not happening.
Also, we're just papering over that they beat Middle Tennessee by like 3, and they needed a last-second field goal to beat Kansas State.
Florida, they needed 4th and 18.
We did paper over it.
Mm-hmm.
Sandpapered
over it. Tennessee.
I think they're a legit playoff contender. I've got them as my number 60.
I think Nico's the best QB in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not going that far yet, but I think if he is as good as I think he is, we've seen what their team can do or what Heupel can do when they got a great quarterback.
Tom, why do you say he's the best quarterback in the country when we've seen him play one game?
Because I think that you don't need to see the one game. Like 3 years ago, I was telling you Caleb Williams was the best quarterback in the country, and he wasn't even the starter on Oklahoma. I'm telling you, Nico's the best quarterback in the country.
I love it.
Size-wise, talent-wise, ability-wise, fit in the offense that he's in, which is an offense that somehow made Joe Milton into an NFL quarterback.
Did you watch the Monday Night Football game though?
No, I can't say that.
So Chris Collinsworth was just gushing all over. It was a glazed fest for Joe Milton, which I love because anytime somebody gets their eyes on Joe Milton for the first time, they just fall in love with the guy. Yeah. So Collinsworth spent about 5 minutes talking about how Joe Milton told him before the game that if he wanted to, feet on the goal line, he could throw the ball 95 yards in the air.
He probably can, yeah.
Which is so awesome.
It is awesome. It's
pointless.
It's useless.
It's not pointless because it's pointless. It's so much fun to watch. Great deep ball. You just hate deep balls. I found
there's no reason to throw it 95 yards.
All right, but no more Joe Milton.
Yards.
Nico is vastly different than Joe Milton. Couldn't be any different from Joe Milton.
Nico could throw to all parts of the field. Nico is mobile. I think that him in that offense with what they have, that is going to be a really tough team to beat.
And they're really good around him. The front seven is fantastic. Secondary needs a little it's going to be some smoke and mirrors with the secondary.
Tennessee is a team that you can argue, like I'm saying, they have the best QB in the country. You can also say they have the best defensive player in the country in James Pierce Jr. Yeah. So, like, you put those two things together, those teams tend to be pretty good.
They've got schedule's tough. It's all about that at Oklahoma. It's all about that.
They have to go to at Oklahoma. They have to go to at Georgia.
And Alabama at home.
I don't think they'll win in Georgia, but I think they'll beat Alabama.
I think they'll beat Alabama as well. Yeah. And they also have Mississippi State at home, which would be tough.
I feel like having a great pass rusher is going to be pretty important for an offense like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make him look even better as a defensive end. What about LSU?
I don't love them.
Yeah, it's
delusional.
It's kind of a USC situation.
It's hard to say LSU's delusional because the talent's just brimming out of that state and on that roster. But last year the roster was talented and they had the worst defense in the country. Mm-hmm. And I know they went out and got the LSU fan to argue down. We have the best defensive staff in the nation now. They got Bo Davis for defensive line. They got Blake Baker for defensive coordinator. That's great. You're not going from 130th against the pass to like 30th. You might go to 70th, but I don't think it's good enough. And the defense gets marginally better. The offense is definitely getting marginally worse without a Heisman winning quarterback and 2 first-round receivers.
Yeah, their offensive line though is big.
It's really good.
They've got 2 great tackles. I think that there's a lot of people high on Garrett Nussmeier who we have not seen a whole lot of, although you got a front row.
They're all LSU fans though.
Yep. But no, I know what non-LSU fans were big on Nuss, but. To your point, it's like a USC situation. They lose a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. They lose 2 first-round wide receivers, and that defense sucked ass last year. And how much better can that defense get? Doesn't have to be great if Nussmeier is as good as Jaden Daniels, but we don't know that he's as good as Jaden Daniels.
There was a report that Harold Perkins was overweight.
Good. It's about time.
I know. But that was the whole thing where it was just like, because everyone was wondering what the hell happened to Harold Perkins.
Harold Perkins is in the running for weirdest career ever.
Yeah. A 4-sack game.
He's only going to his 3rd year. Like the freshman Harold Perkins, you think this is the best college football player I've ever seen in my life. And then he just doesn't show up for his sophomore season. They don't put him in the right spot. Now, who knows where he is this year?
He's also got a 70-year-old man's name.
Harold Perkins, not a great name.
No, he can't. No. That is not a college student. There's never been a college student named Harold Perkins.
Does Harold Perkins have aura?
The name doesn't, but the guy does.
Jason Tatum. All right,
he's got clogged ear.
What other teams?
Let's see. Vandy.
Probably going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think Vandy's making the playoffs.
Okay, so Florida, are they delusional to think that they can win 5 games this year?
No, I don't think so. I'm torn with Florida because I have just shit on Napier forever because they fired Dan Mullen to hire a guy who's got 50% of his ceiling. But Napier is a bad coach, but I think he's built a pretty good roster. I think the roster is better than the coach. I think they can win. First of all, I think they can win this week against a Miami team I love, and then I think they can win 7 games.
Have you seen their last 4 games?
Oh, yeah, it's LSU, Ole Miss at home, Georgia.
Top 10 teams every week. Yeah. I think,
but one of them Florida State. That's already taking a hit.
So, but I think talent-wise, they're good. I think Billy Napier is a very good developer of quarterbacks, and I think we saw some of that last year with Graham Mertz, who looked pretty damn competent with the Gators, more competent than he did with the Badgers. But I also think the X factor there is the guy behind Mertz. If things start going sideways, if they bring in DJ Lagway, that could be kind of like a spark plug to really turn that season around a little bit and make them far more competitive late in the year. But I think they can get to a bowl game. It's just with that schedule, it's impossible to think they're going to get to the playoff.
I don't think the schedule is going to end up being as hard as we think.
Okay, right now their last 7 games. I'm going to go 7 games. At Tennessee.
Loss.
Kentucky at home.
Win.
Florida, Georgia, in Jacksonville.
Loss.
At Texas.
Loss.
Home against LSU.
Winnable.
Home against Ole Miss.
Winnable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then at Florida State.
Winnable. We don't know what LSU and Ole Miss. I think both are volatile. I like Ole Miss better than I like LSU, but by November, both of those teams could either be in the tank or be like in the top 5.
Mm-hmm. What about Oklahoma and Texas, the new guns?
All right, Tom, I got to talk to you about Texas.
Okay, go.
I've been going through some emotions about Texas. I've got Texas in the playoff.
Okay.
I think the quarterback is great. Mm-hmm. I think the offensive talent's great. Mm-hmm. Offensive line, especially the tackles, great. Mm-hmm. How easy is it? They are glossing over. They're just kind of really sandpapering over the fact that they lost Byron Murphy and Devondre Sweat in the middle. Yeah. And you're going to the toughest running conference in the country, and you lost your running defense. I like them, but I can see them falling apart too.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Texas people are expecting a little too much from coming into the SEC, and I think the other side people are sleeping a little too easily on Oklahoma. But I agree with you. I feel like defensively that is a team that could run into some serious problems because between Murphy and Sweat, like it's not a Georgia situation where when they lost their guys, they had more monsters behind them ready to replace.
They got big people in Texas.
They do. They don't have them on the Longhorns depth chart right now. So
yeah.
So you got to get some of them.
Get some churros.
Yeah, send Charles to San Antonio.
So we need fat San Antonio women on the defensive line.
Yes.
I mean, if that's what Sark should be doing right now, he should just be walking the Riverwalk looking for defensive tackles.
He's done worse, yeah.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on stripper monkeys. They're still around.
No, they got married, Brandon.
Yeah. Congratulations. Well, love is love, guys.
Yeah. Pole Assassin's her
Pole
name.
Assassin, stripper monkey. Yeah.
What's your hottest take?
For all of college football?
All of college football. The one that you're like, you feel like you're out on a limb.
Mine's Alabama. And it's not. I don't think Alabama is going to have a bad year because of the roster talent or because of Kalen DeBoer being a bad coach. I truly think they're gonna plumb new depths of fan base irritation and fan base just throwing themselves off the mountain. As soon as they lose a game they're not expecting, they're going to lose to Georgia. But as soon as they lose another game they're not expecting, that fan base. I mean, we saw Auburn fans made up a fake affair rumor about their coach to try to get him fired a couple years ago. Alabama's going to go further than that. God knows what these hillbillies are going to do. I don't know what they're going to do when they get mad at Kalen DeBoer. Everything's nice right now. They don't want a guy named Kalen DeBoer who's never been in the South as their coach.
So
when it goes bad,
it's an oxygen problem.
It's an oxygen problem. There's not enough air in the room to support everybody.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Tom?
I feel like Nico being the best quarterback in the country.
It's a good take.
Yeah, it's warm.
I will go. Oklahoma finishes with a better SEC record than Texas.
Wow.
All right. I gotta. Let me ask about that. Let me probe there.
Mm-hmm. Probe.
Can I probe?
Probe.
And my first car was a '93 Ford Probe. Remember those? So I don't think Venables is a very good coach. I think they were a soft 10-2 last year.
I can see your argument that they were a soft 10-2, but the problem is, like we talked about Dylan Gabriel going to Oregon, I think they actually upgraded a quarterback.
Jackson Arnold?
I think Jackson Arnold will be a step forward for them. I think he is a great player. I think he's going to have an excellent season. The question for me is, I think defensively they got better last season. The question will be, how do they handle the grind of facing LSU offensive lines all season? Because they were able to kind of maneuver in the Big 12 a way that I'm not 100% sold that they will be able to do here. But
that schedule's nasty too.
Yeah, the schedule is nasty. But I just think if Jackson Arnold's as good as I think he is, that's going to be a really good Sooners team. Not going to win the SEC, but like your concerns about Texas are shared with me. So I could see the Longhorns losing 4 games in the SEC.
But they don't have. Oklahoma doesn't have the receiver talent for Jackson Arnold that Baker Mayfield had, even that Jalen Hurts had. They don't have the receiver talent they had 5 years ago.
No, but I think that you can overcome that with a great quarterback.
Yeah, but it would certainly help. It would certainly help, especially when you got Tennessee coming in one week, you got Alabama, you got all this. Like it's
the other wild card.
Ole Miss coming in.
The other wild card is their offensive line. I know Oklahoma Sooners fans have serious concerns about it, and I get it. But I think that Bill Biedenbaugh over the years has done a tremendous job developing offensive line.
What a name!
So I give him credit.
You could have just made that up.
No, he's a real person.
I thought it was Bedenbaugh.
Bill Biedenbaugh.
Is it Bedenbaugh?
I thought it was Bedenbaugh. I've always said Bedenbaugh.
I've called him Bedenbaugh to his face.
Shit. Did he react?
No.
Have you ever called him Bedenbaugh to his face?
Never touched his face.
Speaking of Oklahoma, while we're on the subject, how are you on Levy?
I'm excited. He came in and he's not scared to recruit. He's not scared to at least try to recruit. He's not scared to go after guys.
I would hope he'd be not scared to recruit.
Our last guy was terrified.
Okay, you missed it. He's not scared to try to recruit.
You understand what I'm saying?
What a hire.
Our last guy was terrified of battles. Our last guy was not going after it. And Mike Leach, frankly, he would recruit you if you said no one time. It's like, all right, I'll just go. So we haven't had that. We haven't had to compete in recruiting battles in a while, or we haven't gotten to compete in recruiting battles. Offense will be a lot better. Defense is probably going to be really bad, and hopefully he fixes that in the offseason.
What coach is on the hottest seat?
Billy Napier, for certain.
Yeah. What about Ryan Day not beating Michigan?
I think, and this is an oxygen problem, I think you're going to see quicker hot seats than you've ever seen before, like in the SEC.
Too much oxygen.
That's more oxygen because it ignites quicker.
Yeah. Fine. In the SEC, if Brian Kelly goes 7-5 this year, I think that seat heats up real quick. Real quick. Yeah. I think Brent Venables' seat could heat up real quick if they come in and go 6-6 in the SEC.
See, I think Oklahoma fans are a little too pot committed with Brent right now. We're so fucking
they went 6-6 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
They went 6-6 2 years ago. Last year they kind of had a fluky 10-2. If they were to go 6-6 again in a new conference, that seat's hot.
He'll get the new conference excuse though.
What about Ryan Day if he doesn't beat Michigan?
He's in trouble.
I mean, if he doesn't beat Michigan, he's in real trouble. I think he's going to beat Michigan, but I think he's in real trouble if he doesn't beat Michigan.
I think if he doesn't beat Michigan, he better win the national title.
Who's sneaky on the hot seat?
Sneaky on the hot seat. I kind of like Brian Kelly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I think he looks safe. He looks really safe. He won the division his first year, went 9-3 last year. But again,
what's that buyout like for him?
The reason their defense was so bad is he hired a bad defensive coordinator last year, and he tried to fix it. He went out and spent a lot of money. If it doesn't fix.
Is Dabo sneaky on the hot seat?
No.
Because they just would never fire him?
I don't think.
I think
if Dabo had a bad year, would there be?
He would go in the next season on a hot seat. I don't think they would pull the trigger this year.
I think to Clemson's fans, he would be on the hot seat. I don't think that administration would ever put him on the hot seat. Right,
because there's a difference. Like there's guys that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially because they don't know how much they're going to have to spend to get out of the ACC. So the buyout situation could be a hindrance.
I mean, Franklin, right? Franklin's.
I was about to say
he's
James
not far.
Franklin. Yeah. We talked.
But
earlier.
he's never on the hot seat because whenever he's on the hot seat, he just says he's going to go to USC.
Yeah.
But we talked earlier, Penn State's a team that should benefit the most from the expanded playoff because now they're going to get in. What if they don't?
Yeah, he is an all-time I'm not going to let you fire me, I'll quit. Because every single time he gets on the hot seat, it's like, oh, James Franklin going here, going there.
But
let me ask you about one more guy. What about Lincoln Riley? He doesn't seem that far.
I think Lincoln is more likely to jump ship than USC is to fire Lincoln.
Well, that's the exact same principle he just.
Yeah.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah,
I'm going to go be an offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have a good year, he could have trouble finding that kind of gig.
Yeah. What does Sam Pittman have to do to save his job?
Become a different coach. It's over for him.
It's over. There's not even a seat there.
His seat is so hot. His seat is so hot.
How hot is it?
They went out. They
guys do well together.
They went out and hired Bobby Petrino, the guy who disgraced the school.
Well, no, that worked out great for Texas A&M.
He disgraced the school 10 years ago, and they went out and hired him just because Sam Pittman's fat ass can't coach.
Yeah, the seat's not hot. That's just syphilis. It just burns a little bit.
All right, Heisman's.
Nico,
Brandon.
I like Carson Beck.
Yeah,
okay. I think Carson Beck's the best quarterback in the country.
Georgia could win the national title and they could lose 2 games in regular season. I mean, their schedule is crazy.
For sure. They have 4 top 10 games, and 3 of them are on the road. One's a neutral site.
Yes.
That being Atlanta. But, I mean, they got Clemson's not a top 10 team, but they got at Alabama, at Ole Miss, at Texas.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but for the Heisman thing, Carson Beck is going to be in marquee spots all season long.
Yeah.
Every level of the season, the beginning, the middle, the end, he's going to be there. And then the Florida game, the Tennessee game, there's others. I think Carson Beck's going to be in marquee spots, and he's going to win the Heisman.
I already have the future on Nico's Heisman, but I'm telling you, the turning point will be he'll throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns in the win over Alabama, and then Nico Mania will begin nationally.
Nico Mania.
The narrative will start.
There'll be nicotines everywhere.
The issue it's a good bet. I don't mind the bet, but it almost is like the Hooker thing where he beat Alabama, it goes crazy, and there's a trip to Athens in 3 weeks, and they just shut you down.
Anytime somebody says the Hooker thing.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Bobby
what?
Wait,
where are we going now?
Hendon Hooker?
Well, it was raining in that game.
Yeah, sure. Didn't matter. Didn't even get close.
Who you got in your group of 5?
So I had Boise State until they named Amy Schumer their starting quarterback. Until they name. Have you seen the kid?
No.
Look up Boise State.
By the way, I should use this.
He looks
remind everyone that Hank Bachmeier is the Wake Forest starting quarterback. Every year he just bounces around and I end up losing money, and then halfway through the game I'm like, fuck, I bet on Hank Bachmeier again.
Maddox Madsen.
He looks like a Targaryen.
Yeah, he looks like Amy Schumer. He really does. That's not even a joke. Like, he looks exactly like her. And they got 18 starters back. They got one of the best running backs in the country. The schedule is very manageable. I can't bet on that quarterback.
He kind of looks like a fatter Cody Lanza.
I like him
a little bit.
He looks a little bit like Brandon Walker.
No, he does not look like Brandon Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, would you bet on Brandon Walker to win the national title?
He looks like Brandon Jogger. Like if you got a little more exercise, lost a few pounds.
App State.
I got Memphis.
I think Seth Hennigan's a very good player. He's probably one of the better quarterbacks. I mean, people were going after him in the portal. Memphis was able to hold on to him. Thank you, FedEx. But I do think the Tigers are a team that's kind of flying under the radar out of the American. Boise, I'm with you. I was until they like the Malachi problems. I'm kind of selling out. When Jeff Tedford retired again for the 1,000th time, I kind of sold stock on Fresno. I don't know. I think Liberty's going to get the playoff spot, but
they don't play anyone.
I don't think Liberty. Yeah,
don't they play App State?
They do.
They do, but I don't think they're the best G5 team. I just think they play a dog shit schedule filled in a conference where they have more money than the rest of the league combined.
Yeah, we're going to need App State to handle business on that.
Yeah, like unless you want Liberty in the playoff.
Because it is. And that bowl game last year where they played whoever they played. Oregon. Yeah, they did not belong there, and it was a sham that they got there. So hopefully they don't crash the playoff party. That's why I got Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one last. You guys have been great together. You guys both know ball.
You guys want to kiss?
I like it too because there's a little moment there where you guys were doing like a one-upsmanship of like what offensive line coach or backup tight end can we name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was like we kind of hit a crescendo that was just beautiful.
They kind of, if you look at the wide shot of them on the couch right here, it's like alternate universe Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. You guys are perfect
like
together.
High cholesterol Beavis and Butthead.
I actually would say right now, I think you guys got to just do this every time together.
That's fine.
Perfect.
I'm down to do it again. Are you?
All right. Oh, look at that. All right, so my last question, and I just thought of this, and I want to do this right after. So I'm springing on both of you.
I don't like this looking.
Rowback question. No, listen, it's fair. Rowback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com, promo code TAKE. We got to figure out who's the college football expert for Pardon My Take. So I think what we should do is we should do a draft of the playoff. You guys go back and forth, and we'll give – let's say 1 point for making the playoff and then 1 point for every playoff win. Is that fair?
So it's a season long. Okay.
But like, do we get a trophy?
Yeah, we get college football. Yeah, we'll make a trophy for you.
I thought we were going to do this just in the event that Brandon Walker won.
Yeah, well, we'll just pretend it never happened if it looks like he's going to win.
Okay.
So we're both drafting 12 teams? Or are we just drafting?
You're both drafting 12 teams, but you can no repeats.
Okay.
All right.
What do we think about that?
I made some notes.
I was going to say, are you hiding?
Oh, you made some notes.
Yeah, I wrote down.
You need to keep notes to know who's going to make the
playoff.
All right, so wait, I think we know who's in the lead.
12 teams.
Should we do 1 point for making the playoff? 1 point
2 points per win.
2 points per win, and if you get a bye, that's already automatic 2 points. That should count as a win.
Or how about this? 1 point to make it. 1 point for a first round win, 2 for second, 3.
Yes,
4.
because you don't want to weight them the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State, if they get a bye, will have a chance.
1 point for winning or for making it. 1 point for first round win. 2 points for
memes. Write this down.
Second round win. 3 points.
No,
4 points for the national champion.
Yeah, so go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I just said that.
You said 1, 1, 2, 4.
No, I said
what are
1,
the
2,
odds any of us remember all this?
Yeah,
memes gonna write it down.
All right.
Okay, who would like to go first? Actually, you know what? We'll do the lottery ball this side.
3.
No.
Whoever's closer.
Odds or evens.
Odds or evens. That would be funny if we made you guys do that.
Okay.
Well,
hey, let him call it.
I'll take odds.
Okay. And if you get the number dead on, you get the first 2 picks.
3.
Oh fuck. 71.
8.
Wait, I just
wait. You just fucked yourself.
I did.
This counts. This
BFT
counts.
doesn't get a number.
Shut the fuck up, Max.
He doesn't get a number.
I guess 71, which fucks him.
Yeah. Well, no, it would override.
It would override.
I hope it's 8.
I hope it's 3. 94.
94.
That's first pick for me.
All right, first pick. Snake draft, though, so you want the first pick.
Yeah. Well.
No, actually, it's not a snake draft. It's just 1, 1, 1, 1, back and forth.
It can snake.
No, it doesn't snake.
No, no.
All right, hold on. Let's do a lottery ball. See if we snake. Odds are snake. Evens are.
No snake.
No snake.
No snake. Do you want first pick, or would you like to give it to Tom?
I would, of course, like first pick.
Oh, well, that's a very unclassy move by you.
Well, what did we have? The fucking lottery ball machine
drove
for?
all the way down here.
I drove further than he did.
No, but come on. He's our guest here.
You do it every day.
Yeah, what was the point of the lottery?
If I was Tom, I would want the second pick.
Yeah, but he's our guest. Come on.
I'm good.
Would you like the first pick?
No, I'm good.
Tom, take the first pick.
Wow, he just fucking
Brandon is
alphaed you.
Listen, as the number one college football expert on this podcast, Brandon is my guest. The guest goes first.
That's true. Good point.
I'll kick you in the chin.
Good point.
All right, I'm going first.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State.
Fuck.
Buckeye Brandon.
Yeah.
At it again.
So I get the next two?
No.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't.
Snake.
Gee.
You get the two after that, Brandon.
I'll go with Georgia.
Okay.
I feel like they got a chance to be pretty good. Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody told me they got the Heisman at quarterback. And
wow, good point, Tom.
And then I'll take Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
No shit. Kind of fucking me. Because
you get two picks.
Yeah, I got it. Everybody chill out.
Did you say Tom's fucking me?
No, nobody's fucking.
Put that on a quote card, please.
You got to think about who's going to get.
I understand, but I don't. Oh, okay. I'm going to do it because I believe in them. I'm taking Clemson.
Wow.
Give me Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Clemson. Okay.
Give me Tennessee.
Okay.
Ooh. Give me Penn State.
Fuck you.
Okay.
I was trying to see. I'm doing the game theory. I'm trying to figure out what he wants next.
Yeah. Smart.
Right.
I saw his notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon.
It's getting harder already, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the problem is my beliefs and my thoughts about what I said. I think is going to happen, but also I want to pick a team. But yeah,
you're not enough oxygen. You can't pick.
No, it's different.
Oh,
I want to pick Utah, but I already said I don't think they're making the playoffs.
Well, see, but that way you cover all your bases.
Correct.
Well, why don't you pick the team that you think is going to make the playoffs there?
Yeah, you're right.
Do you need us to remind you?
So I'm picking two.
Who's going to make the playoffs?
All right.
There,
so we've already got.
You?
Hold on. We already got Ohio State. We already got Oregon. We got Penn State. In the SEC, we've picked Texas, Georgia, Tennessee.
Eames, are you writing this down? Because I've already forgotten.
Brandon, you're thinking of Kansas State. If that's what you're going to go with your Big 12 champion.
I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Wow. Make sure that graphic just has that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get a graphic of like Brandon in red and blue.
And Miami.
Grove.
And Miami.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Tom.
Oh, you kind of stuck me with Florida State, you son of a bitch.
No.
I can't believe Brandon took Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I want to be the number one. I want to be the football expert here.
Turning your badge.
Not been
a
single Big 12 team.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kansas State.
Okay. And there's also a really good team that's won a lot of national titles.
I don't know why you have to talk like that. I don't know why you have to remind people that there's teams out there.
You mean like Alabama?
Like he understands.
Yeah, I know Alabama's out there.
He knows Alabama's out there.
You don't have to get sassy about it.
I know Alabama's out there. Give me Alabama.
All right, good pick, Tom.
Give me Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yeah, shit. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
that's a good fucking pick.
That's great value.
Yeah.
And Utah.
Okay.
That might be the difference right there.
Mm-hmm.
Should we give Tom Notre Dame?
No, you shouldn't, because this is a draft.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you mean?
PFT and I get to swap one team at the end.
Tom gets Ole Miss.
Okay.
Give me Michigan.
Okay.
And I'll take Florida State. I'm not really super thrilled about it, but
no, you don't.
It's value at this point.
No, yeah.
How many rounds do you think we could just have them going back and forth before we told them they were
Just
done?
name every team.
How many teams have we named?
You both have. Tom
8.
has 8 teams.
And I have 7, or
you have 7.
Okay.
I'm running out of teams.
Just chill out, everybody relax.
More relaxed than you are, dude.
No, you're not. You've never been more relaxed
Bro,
than me in my life.
I check my fucking Aura ring. It'll tell you right now I'm relaxed.
The fact that you're wearing an Aura ring says you're not relaxed.
No, it says he has aura.
Yeah.
It says I got Aura.
You have diabetes.
Type 2. the best kind.
Best kind.
Got 2.
You're going to pick one of the 2.
Yeah.
He can't even get the number 1 diabetes, let alone be the number 1 college football expert.
If you got 2, you don't have 1.
Fuck.
Come on.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Fuck.
It's like now
there,
we've reached the point where we both have to pick teams we don't actually believe in. So it's like
give me LSU.
Okay.
and Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
I feel like there's a lot of meat on that bone in the Big 12.
There is. I'm just trying to. That's the thing. Like the Big 12 is just such a random number generator.
Tough.
Give me Liberty. They're going to be in it.
Okay.
Or give you death.
And Utah and Kansas State are the only Big 12 teams we've taken.
Wait.
I just took Oklahoma State.
Oh, you took Oklahoma State?
Wait. Hold on.
What?
You have Liberty.
Yeah.
No one's taking Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable
Are you sure?
with that.
Yes. I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't want them yet.
Okay.
He's not going to take them, so I'll take them later. Or am I tricking him into taking them? Who knows? Have we taken USC yet?
No.
God damn.
Give me USC.
Good pick.
Is that your both? Is that?
I feel like I've got I took Liberty and USC. I feel like I've got the entire Big Ten except for Ohio State.
Well, I'm turning fully to the dark side. I've already got Ole Miss. Give me Iowa.
That's
Wow.
a disgusting fucking pick.
You're a disgusting fucking pick.
Yeah, but I was picked first.
They might go 10-2 and be terrible. Schedule's easy.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, Illinois might go 10-2 too.
No, they might not.
No, but that's
100%
just as
they
good a
might
choice
not.
as Iowa does. Well, you're a big Cade McNamara guy. That's cool.
No, I'm not a Cade McNamara guy.
What kind of guy are you?
It's fun.
I'm a Luther
fun.
Burden guy. Give me Missouri.
Okay, Missouri.
I don't believe in that one.
You just
that
took
one's worse.
Missouri and Iowa.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. We're at the bottom of the barrel here.
No, we are. I can't fault you for.
We're 23rd and 24th teams in the country.
Give me Kansas.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, Kansas is worse than both those teams I just picked.
Well, yeah, because that's how it goes when you draft.
Why
The
you
better
holler?
teams go
Why
first.
you holler?
Why am I hollering? Where are we fucking back in Mississippi?
God only knows. I wish we were.
All right, for the last pick, the 12th pick, you can pick any team the other guy has except for the top 3 of their picks. So I'll list them for you, and then Brandon, you can do the same.
But how is that going to be the 12th pick if we're just?
Yeah, you
That's still
pick
the same amount of teams.
Yeah, still the same amount of teams. So you
But
can pick.
No, Brandon's right. So there's still
I don't
only
like
11
this.
teams.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I just want to make it as confusing as possible.
You get to pick.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You get to pick one team for the other guy.
You got 2 idiots
But
who
yeah.
can't
But-
think of any more
yeah.
teams, and you're trying to confuse
App
the season
State.
further.
No, you get to put a team on the other guy, but they can't be a shitty team.
Memphis.
And
you
and
said.
me and Big Cat will decide if they're shitty.
What?
Put something moderately shitty on your
Yeah,
opponent's
has to be
list.
adequately shitty.
Goddamn. Give me Virginia Tech.
Oh, nice pick.
And do I have one more?
Yes.
NC State.
Okay. An ACC.
We got the ACC covered.
All right. So, Tom, you have Georgia, Oregon, Tennessee, Penn State, Kansas State, Alabama, Michigan, Florida State, Liberty, USC, Kansas, Virginia Tech. Brandon, you have
I don't like Alabama and Michigan being in the middle of yours.
Ohio State, Clemson, Texas, Ole Miss, Miami, Notre Dame, Utah, LSU, Oklahoma State, Iowa, Missouri, NC State. Notre Dame might have been a steal of draft
Might have been.
It was a very good pick. It was an excellent value play.
because they should be in the playoff, and that will get you 1 point no matter what.
Yeah.
Although they already have lost their starting left tackle after they had to replace
And they got to
Bo.
go to Texas A&M. Oh, Texas A&M. Why wasn't that picked?
Because they're not very good.
Okay, that's a good reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Freeman
Don't
also.
you host
All
a
right,
show
now-
like a Texas A&M
now-
fan?
What?
Don't you host a show with a Texas A&M fan?
Buddy.
Now PFT and I are going to draft the rest of the teams that weren't mentioned, and if any of those teams make the playoffs, we become the college football.
Y'all are going to become, you're going to be Dwight Schrute's own assistant manager?
West Virginia.
Not scared.
If any of them even make it, we then become the experts. All right, boys, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if I'd call it awesome. I mean, it was tolerable.
Yeah, it was tolerable. New annual.
What was the draft for? I thought we were competing
Oh,
for
no, you both will be because
Listen,
the loser of the draft still has a chance
Michigan
to win
won
the
the
draft
national
next year.
title last year. The other teams still get to play.
That's true. And you were very wrong about Michigan last year.
No, not really.
Yeah, you were.
Not really.
Yeah, you were.
You know who wasn't? The #1 college football expert on Pardon My Take.
Oh, Tom Fornelli was
called it,
It's
yeah.
true. He called it.
Are you still
feel
saying that
good.
you weren't wrong about Michigan, Brandon?
Does that feel good that you were able to call Michigan for a national champion?
Well, you
All
literally
they
said
all they had to do was do
Win a national championship.
Win a national championship. Yeah. You can't talk about it.
State's
you have a blood oath.
Yeah, I can. We won a national title. Baseball 2021.
Oh. That didn't really count because Ole Miss won the year after.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Wiped it away.
We both won.
Yeah.
We're both winners. Mississippi's winners.
Everybody's a winner.
Up to 35th in education.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Good.
Huge. We found that fact out today.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Enormous.
Man.
So suck it, Arkansas.
They introduced books.
God, who are the 15 states that are worse?
West Virginia was there.
Almost everybody around us in the South.
You guys just all moved out of Mississippi.
You know what?
It's a general area.
Made everyone
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
Mississippi is leading the way.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you, boys. Tom Fornelli, go listen to his podcast.
Cover 3.
Cover 3. I know Cover 3. I was thinking about whether I want to plug Brandon's. No, listen to Cover 3.
Brandon has a podcast?
Ish.
Several.
A show.
Family.
Multiple shows.
Family.
Well, what about wrestling? Plug wrestling.
We're working on it.
Wrestling.
Well,
Wrestling just had a new episode,
wrestling.
right?
You know what?
What about Unnecessary Roughness?
Yeah. You chose
What
not
about
to
the
plug it.
Yak?
You plugging the show that you're on?
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm on the Yak.
Okay, there we go.
about
Yak
the
with
dozen?
Big Cat and Brandon Walker.
Yeah.
Mostly sports is good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Family.
It's not as good as wrestling.
Who would you say is the Batman and who's the Robin of mostly?
Oh, Titus is Batman.
Yeah. And
That's
Robin.
I don't know that that's true.
I mean, whose name is first in the graphic?
Yeah. Titus is Batman and Robin. Brandon's Catgirl.
It's Catwoman.
It's got the gams.
No, I said Catgirl. You're not even Catwoman. Catwoman is Connor Griffin. All right. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Tom Fornelli and Brandon Walker were brought to you by our good friends over at Chevy. We love Chevy. There's a reason why we've never done a Mount Rushmore pickup trucks. That's because for part of my take, there's only one pickup truck, the Chevy Silverado. Why is that? Well, Silverado is a partner. It's a partner you can depend on. We've all spent time driving and using the Silverado for all kinds of part of my take jobs, adventures, and other shenanigans. It was our ride for a cross-country trip to the Super Bowl. It helped us dig the biggest hole ever dug in the state of Ohio last year at Grit Week. It got us on that drive to the Super Bowl through a crazy ice storm that took us through Cincinnati, through Memphis to the beautiful Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. And Silverado was with us along the way. Kept us safe, kept us entertained. The screens are fantastic in the Silverado. There's a lot of room in there. It feels like a luxurious ride in a very tough, gritty pickup truck. Silverado brings that grit. It's legendary grit. They sponsored the Lowman Trophy for the nation's best college fullback. They get grit. Up to 8 cameras inside the Silverado. You have 14 different views to help make driving, towing, and parking all easier. And the new blacked out look that they got of the new Silverado HT Trail Boss, chef's kiss. It's awesome. So head over to Chevy.com, build your own Silverado or your Silverado HD. Check out all the current offers on Silverado. Discover a world of strength and capability all behind the wheel of our favorite truck, the Chevy Silverado. And now, here is Joey Chestnut, American hero.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. He is an American hero, one of our favorite Americans of all time. It is Joey Chestnut, and we've got some beef that we're settling. Labor Day weekend, Joey Chestnut going up against Kobayashi, unfinished beef. So, Joey, first of all, let's thank you for joining us. We missed you. We missed you dearly on 4th of July. It didn't feel like 4th of July. Where are we at with that part of everything that's happened in the last 6 months?
Yeah, I miss being there, man. It's they haven't reached out at all.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's I don't know if they're waiting to see how this thing goes with this contest goes. Maybe they're hoping I lose, and maybe I don't know. But that's not going to happen. All they've done is make me more hungry to make a new record. I'm gonna smash that. Yeah, I'm gonna eat more hot dogs than ever before. And,
I have the tiger right there.
I missed that contest. Who knows? Hopefully we can figure out something. But right now I'm just thinking about Labor Day and Kobayashi.
Yeah.
They poked the bear, and they might be very upset that they did that. One last question about what happened on 4th of July weekend, because we had your back. I love watching Joey Chestnut compete. It's one of my favorite parts of 4th of July weekend. And the report came out that there was a dispute behind some sort of vegan or vegetarian hot dog product. And then I saw the spin machine kick into high gear, and then all these people were saying that you wanted to eat vegetarian hot dogs during the hot dog eating contest. And I said, that doesn't sound like something that Joey Chestnut would do. This sounds like they're trying to get in front of the narrative. Can you clear us up as to what happened and why they kicked you out?
Oh, they did some weird things. So, I started working with Impossible Foods. By all my previous agreements, I've been allowed to work with them. We have all our agreements. We had they had companies that I couldn't work with, and they were like real hot dog companies. And so this year I said, hey, they knew I was going to be working with Impossible Foods, so they put them on the list of companies I can't work with after they knew that I was working with them, and it was lame. It was. Yeah, and I couldn't go back on my deal with Impossible, so I was in a tight spot. And then they started leaking all this information to the news and trying to tell people that I wanted to eat vegan hot dogs in contests, and which wasn't the case. I eat clean after contests because I do eat like a madman, and so I take days off of eating meat. Yeah. So it's they try to. There's probably things I could have done, but they pissed me off a little bit. Yeah. And it sucks because everybody wants to see a new record on the 4th of July, and I want to do it. And so I'm not giving up. I love that contest. I love 4th of July. I love eating in New York City, and I'm hoping I can do it again.
Yeah, because that was the saddest part, the most disconcerting part for us is people saying, "Oh, Joey likes vegan hot dogs more than regular hot dogs." We're like, no, he doesn't. This guy's American through and through. He puts his life on the line for our enjoyment every 4th of July. So just so we can set it straight, you understand you eat it after, but like you're always going to eat regular hot dogs when we're doing competitions.
This contest for Netflix, it's all beef hot dogs. I eat meat, crazy amounts of meat, but I do take a break from eating meat, which is I think it helps me so I can get back into it so I can push harder.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they were so sensitive.
Yeah.
And dude, and the way they were trying to control the narrative, change the narrative to make it look like I was un-American, which was it irked me a little bit. But I love the guy who won, Pat Bertoletti. He did awesome. But I think me and Kobayashi are gonna probably eat more than he did in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna push each other to ridiculous limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fake news was out to get you. And it's been a long time since you've competed against Kobayashi, right? Do you remember the last time you guys went head-to-head?
Oh, yeah. Last time we were in Singapore. It was one of the only times that the audience was in his corner. And he started out, he was ahead of me. And they were like cheering. And then I tied it up and they got all quiet. And it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
But, dude, yeah. So he's an eater. And I know he hasn't. Last couple of years he's taken some time off, but there's nobody who pushes me like him. And every time we eat against each other, we break records. And oh my God, yeah. I between eating against him and the hunger, just missing the hot dog contest on the 4th of July, I've been training and I'm ready to eat like an animal.
It's bird versus magic in hot dog eating competitions. You bring the best out of each other. So what exactly is going to be the setup for this hot dog eating competition?
Oh yeah, so Netflix they want to announce some of the rules. I don't know if I might have let some stuff slip, but they're some of the rules we're eating them a little bit different. It'll be a little bit cleaner, but I've been practicing and I'm a machine right now, so it shouldn't matter too much that we're eating them a little bit different. But 10-minute contest, all beef hot dogs, just two of us. We'll be kind of slanted so we can see each other while we're eating, and it's gonna be intense. And there'll be a couple undercard events, some international eaters.
Love that.
Yeah, and dude, it's gonna be. And another thing, only 2 eaters, so the hot dogs they're making, they're gonna be super fresh. And
yes.
It'll be helpful. Good food is always easier to eat, and I'm gonna just turn it on.
Fast buns.
Yeah, are we gonna have the similar buns to what we have in Nathan's?
Oh yeah, fast. Oh yeah, well there'll be a little bit different buns, but they'll be fast, and they'll make because they're not sitting outside in the heat. They won't turn stale.
Yeah.
So these ones will I'll be able to chew quick, swallow, and just move on. I'll go beast mode.
So when you say cleaner, are we not dunking them? That sounds like we're not dunking them.
You didn't hear that from me, but
okay.
Wow, that would definitely be cleaner. But,
wow,
which is awesome. I mean, it's more enjoyable to eat them without dunking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The slush, the dunking is the grossest thing ever.
it's one of the we've with practice and competition, I know that I can make a new record even with the different rules.
So, is there beef? Like, is Kobayashi beefing with you more than you're beefing with him? Because
he's very angry. He's an angry man. He knows how to hold a grudge.
Okay.
He's blocked me, and we're doing like a little press tour, and he won't do anything in the same room as me, which is all right. I mean, we're not here. It's not competitive nicing. We're going to be pushing each other to our uncomfortable limits, and he knows he knows what's coming, and I know what's coming. He's going to push me, and it's when everything in my body is telling me to slow down or stop, I'm going to keep pushing it.
Are you guys
love that?
Are you doing a weigh-in beforehand? That would rock.
I don't know what they're doing exactly. I know they're doing a weigh-in for the hot dogs. I think the day before.
Oh, they're weighing the hot dogs.
It's just like so the people like, oh, right, these are the hot dogs they're eating, so they can bet on them. I think.
Yeah.
Which on the I think right now the over/under is like 66, and I'm gonna blow that out.
Okay.
I love that. I love the confidence from you. I'm curious, when you're competing, you mentioned that you're going to be like slanted a little bit, so you'll be able to see your opponent. That's probably very different from how it is in most of the eating competitions that I've seen, where it's just you get to stare straight ahead, you look at your food, you look straight ahead, and you focus. In this, you're going to be able to see your opponent as your opponent's eating. Are you planning on monitoring him and using him as like a pace car, or are you just going to try to zone out and do your normal thing?
I'm going to go out hard, and hopefully I'm finding a rhythm where I'm just almost like a zombie, where I just do the same thing over and over again, and can make sure I'm breathing, and I'll see numbers, and I'm hoping that usually if everything's working right, I'm just like in a zone. If I'm having a hard time, then I start looking around a little bit too much. But if everything's going good, I can just almost teleport. And towards the end of the contest, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I ate, even if if I lose track of numbers.
Yeah. Do you have any self-talk while you're eating? Any things that you think to yourself? I know a lot of elite athletes, they stress the importance of the mental game and putting themselves in the right headspace. Are you saying things to yourself internally? Or are you telling yourself, okay, one dog at a time?
Oh, yeah. So it's my biggest thing is stay calm, breathe. I know I'm so amped up and intense. If I get a little bit too amped up, I try to swallow too much at one time. If I stay calm, breathe. If I end up holding my breath, then I end up getting winded, and it screws up my rhythm. So I just stay calm. I love this. This is my happy place.
Yeah.
And it's last couple of years on the 4th of July, I didn't break a record. I wasn't even close. So this is I love competition. It brings out us and everybody, and it's gonna make me work.
Yeah. All right. So I got one last question, Joey. It's a Roback question. RHOBACK.com. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com. Promo code TAKE. So September 2nd, everyone tune in. Netflix, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Unfinished beef. I hate asking this question, Joey, but I have to ask it. If you're thinking about your career, where are you in terms of how many years do we have left? Because I don't want to. I already did this year without. I didn't even watch because I love you so much. I didn't even watch the Nathans on 4th of July. I was boycotting out of respect for you. So I'm hoping that you'll be back next year. But what is your body telling you in terms of? Are you in your prime still? Are you on the back nine? Where are you at?
It's weird. Like, and the way my practices have gone this year, I'm breaking records. I'm doing the best I ever have. But I am older. It'd be silly for me to say this is my prime. But I know my body so well. It takes a little bit longer to recover. So I definitely have more years. And my doctor's really happy with everything. Did the scope on both ends, and everything's working well. And so I got years, and I'm not even looking at that. I'm not looking at the end. I'm looking at just hot dogs right now, and hot dogs in the future, and some awesome records, and some Oktoberfest events, and it's gonna be a fun ride. I'm staying on staying on this wave.
We're gonna put that on a quote card. Hot dogs right now, hot dogs in the future.
Yeah, I like
Joey
it.
Chestnut.
I don't want to think about what the 4th of July is going to be like in perpetuity without Joey Chestnut. Have you thought, actually, when you're watching the Olympics this year, did you see some of those events and be like, why isn't eating in the Olympics?
Man, dude, yeah, there was a couple that eating is eating, but there should like that breakdancing. There's some serious athletes there, but then that woman was a joke.
Raygun?
Yeah,
Raygun. She's a goofball, but I like her actually. But eating it wouldn't be that weird to every host country to have an eating contest.
Yeah,
I think it should be an Olympic sport because it's one thing that everybody that's ever born has done. So you can actually say Joey Chestnut is the best eater of all time to eat. And you can't say that about most sports because some people, they grow up in places that maybe don't play basketball or don't play, don't do the luge, for Winter Olympics. But with Joey Chestnut, it's like you can say definitively, this man is the best eater to ever walk the face of the earth.
Yeah, it's like there's old women who know what it's like to be full. There's not too many people. Not that many people have ever hit a home run. Not that many people have slam dunked a basketball. So everybody can kind of relate and kind of measure up.
Yeah,
I would like to see that in the Olympics.
I would too. All right, well, Joey, we're going to be rooting for you. We're excited for it, and great to see you. And let's just never retire. Let's just keep eating forever.
Oh, until the wheels fall off.
Love it.
Love it. All right, thanks so much, Joey. Appreciate it, man.
Take care, guys.
All right,
thanks, Joey. Joey Chestnut was brought to you by The Farmer's Dog. The days are warmer, the walks are longer. One easy way to help your dog shine this season is with fresh, healthy food from The Farmer's Dog. The Farmer's Dog makes real fresh dog food. It delivers it right to your door. Recipes are developed by vet nutritionists made from real meat, real veggies, and portioned just for your dog, making it easy to say goodbye to burnt brown balls and feed your dog real food with real benefits. Blake had the turkey this morning. He loves the turkey. He had the beef last night, turkey this morning. They've got different flavors. Your dog won't get bored of them. They love their food. It's smart, healthy pet food that you can feel good about feeding your pup. It's the best option for dogs of all life stages. It's not kibble. It's not canned goo. It's real, healthy food. Blake's been on Farmer's Dog for, I think, the last, 7-8 months. Stella's been on Farmer's Dog for
5 years, yeah.
Farmer's Dog's great stuff. Dogs at a healthy weight can live up to 2.5 years longer than overweight dogs. It makes it easy to help your dog maintain their ideal weight because they pre-portion all the food. They send it to you, just cut it open, put it in the dish. It's very easy. And nothing like getting that Farmer's Dog delivery straight to your door. You don't have to go to the store. They send it to you on a schedule. You can get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/PMT. Plus, you get free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/PMT. You get 50% off at thefarmersdog.com/PMT.
Okay, let's wrap up with Firefest. Also, quick show announcement. Huey's summer internship has completed, so we appreciate him being around. It was a lot of fun having him around. It ended. He's going back to Michigan, so thank you to Huey. He's got everyone still follow him on Twitter. NBA Hole, is that? Yeah, NBA Hole.
NBA Hole. Yeah. He went out with a bang with the Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, it was Jerry and Huey were a great tandem. So everyone follow him. We'll see what he does next, but we appreciate him being our summer intern. And next summer we will probably have another intern, but we have to figure that out. We'll do it earlier too. Fuck that part out.
Well, we were gone for like the whole month of July.
Yeah, maybe next summer let's not be gone whole month of July.
I don't know about that.
Just a whole month.
Yeah, Chill week.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Gone the whole month of July.
I'd rather be here, but my Firefest of the week goes back to Camp Barstool. Last week we played 16-inch softball for the first time. Bick has been preaching about it for a while. Had a lot of fun. Probably my favorite part of camp. And then this past Thursday we had our 12-inch softball game, hardball. I'm the pitcher, and then I got absolutely smoked. Kid hit a screamer up the middle as hard as you could, smashed into my shin. I heard a crack, and I limped off, but after it initially happened, based off the sound, I thought like I broke my leg and the dunking wasn't going to happen. Turned out to just be a little.
Oh, that would have been the reason?
That would have been a great excuse.
Yeah, but I didn't want to give up. I'm not giving up. I still think I'm going to do it. It's a big month. September's going to be.
Well, I mean, yeah. Why would you give up? We work in a basketball office.
Yeah. But it really, the 16-inch was so fun, and then getting hurt playing 12-inch. And I never really loved 12-inch, but.
I've converted you.
You've converted me, and then I was already converted. Me and Max were already saying like this is going to be because we have a playoff game tonight. We haven't won a single game in the regular season. We're probably going to get smoked again. But I was already at the game being like, I wish we were playing 16-inch. Next season we're playing 16-inch. Like this is going to be our last game. And then I almost like had a life-threatening injury.
Ironically, it's more about playing small ball when you're playing with a 16-inch softball.
Oh, yeah.
Because you try to direct the hit it where they ain't. There's some dudes that play at the park next to my house, and they take it so seriously.
Oh, yeah.
They show up wearing, like, the skin-tight – they're almost like motorbike racing shirts that they wear. They're, like, really tight, flashy colors. They're all 6'2", 230, and they just mash the ball. And it's so much fun to play.
Yeah. Old dudes can play 16-inch, which tells you that that's the style of the game. It's a thinking man's softball. Mm-hmm. So it's fully converted. We're going to get a 16-inch league. I told you guys when you guys started the 12-inch league, I was like, the minute you get a 16-inch league, I'm in. But I'm not playing 12-inch. What time's your game tonight?
8.
I want to bail so
I
bad.
can't make it. Shit. I really wanted to be there for you boys. I'm not going to be able to make it.
We're doing like the office, everyone pointing a gun at each other meme in our group chat, waiting for someone to bail.
Here's an idea.
Because I think everyone else is ready to.
Why don't you guys bring a 16-inch ball and be like, want to do this instead?
Because the umps bring the balls.
Yeah, no, but go buy a 16-inch ball and be like, hey, let's play 16-inch.
We should
worth
bail.
a shot. You guys should bail.
Because if we win tonight, the next game is next Thursday.
Oh yeah,
you can't do that.
Bail. You got to bail.
Throw it.
You got to bail. You bail now so that you can at least let the other guys not have to show up. Like, don't bail and not tell anyone. Just bail.
And they're already playing.
Group chat right
they're
now.
already playing after. If we won tonight, it'd be a doubleheader. So the team that we're playing is only gonna they're still playing tonight.
Max, tell them I demanded to bail.
What's your team record?
We have 0 for the season.
You haven't won a game.
Well, they did Thursday
nights.
They did Thursday nights in the summer, which is an impossible thing to
been to one game.
You haven't won a game?
We had a full team one time.
Yeah, you guys should never have done Thursday nights in the summer.
So we're thinking like Thursday nights, we'll play some games, drink some beer.
No, it's a Tuesday or Monday thing because it's summer. So then you drink the beers
Thursday
on Tuesday or
crazy,
Monday or Wednesday.
But wait, if you win this game, you make the playoffs?
We're in the playoffs.
Everyone makes the playoffs.
Everyone makes the playoffs.
This is the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, just bail.
What if you won it all? What if you guys just fucking won it all?
You got to throw this game.
It's not even fun. 12-inch softball is just like glorified t-ball.
Wait, how does I agree. That's why 16 inches is far superior. How does the team have a doubleheader if it's the playoffs?
I think we're in the play-in. Oh.
Wait, but what do you mean? So you could have a doubleheader tonight?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So if we forfeit, the team's going to play.
The team could just go on, just play the next game.
Right.
You either got to bail,
so we're not like,
or you got to win it all.
No, yeah, just bail. This is a no-brainer bail. They're gonna still get to play softball tonight, and they don't have to get there at 7:00.
Hank, how about you get Jost on the line?
Add me to the group text. Add me to the group
live
text.
Jost call would be funny.
No, add me to the group text. Add me to the group text. Add me to the group text right now. All right, PFT.
My Fyre Fest of the week is I'm on a diet.
Yeah,
and I have to go on a diet during football season, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
I diet off season.
There's no good time. There's no really good time to diet, but this is maybe the worst time of year to diet. And I'm trying to. So I went to the doctor. Doctor told me cholesterol is a little bit high. I would not be dieting during football season if it wasn't like, okay, you got to bring this number down. But I have to, and so I've been eating super healthy, and it sucks. It sucks eating healthy. I had buffalo cauliflower the other night. Everybody was like, "You're not gonna miss chicken wings." Guess what? I fucking miss chicken wings.
I kind of like buffalo cauliflower.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
If you just look at it as something different. It's kind of good.
And everyone always tells you, "Oh, there's ways that you can eat healthy and still enjoy your food." That's not true. It's not true. You can't. All the good stuff in the world is bad for you. All the bad stuff in the world is good for you. Or all the bad tasting stuff is good for you. All the good tasting stuff is bad for you.
No, just eat no carbs. That's the way I do it.
But I love
And
carbs.
I'm a fucking model of health.
I love carbs.
I know, but that's the only way to lose weight is just go no carbs.
Well, it's not that I'm not trying to lose weight. Yeah, I'm trying to bring down the cholesterol.
So just eat bacon.
Does that do it?
No, I don't think so. All I know about cholesterol is that listen, I don't see a doctor. I take care of my cholesterol. I have a fucking bowl of Cheerios every morning.
Yes, I started to eat like oatmeal, steel cut oats, all that shit. Yeah. It's not fun. There's no fun in it whatsoever, and it just sucks because on Sundays we eat junk food all day long. We eat junk food. And I'm gonna have to be the guy in the office that brings in like a Tupperware thing of tuna and avocado.
Literally, it will never happen.
Never happen. And if you do, honestly, I'll fight you.
Yeah, you should.
No, if you bring in
you might bring it in.
Hold on.
Like hold on.
Time.
If I bring in a health food on Sunday and I get slapped, I'm going to be like, yeah, I deserve that.
No. If you bring in a Tupperware of tuna fish on a football Sunday, you're done.
Well, I'm not eating it in the room.
No, but I'm saying just bring that like Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
It's over.
I know.
You can't do that.
And then so what happens is because I complain about.
I don't think you understand that you can't do that.
I get it.
No, but you keep pretending like PFT. That would be no different than me being like, hey, PFT, I've just committed 5 murders.
I'm gonna sneak out.
Can you help me?
I'm gonna have to sneak out to the car and eat my healthy food and
I can't help you.
It's bad. It's bad. And people complain because I have the take that there's no good food, no food that's good for you that actually does taste good. And then everyone's like, actually, you can eat steak all you want and be super healthy.
Yeah, the no carb.
Is that true that you can just eat steak all the time? And if the only thing you eat is steak, you'll be your fat levels will go down?
Yes. 100% true.
People
do not mess with Sundays. There's no dieting on football Sundays. That's not a thing.
I might just fast.
We don't do. That's fine. If you don't eat, that's fine.
I might just not.
But you don't get to eat healthy shit around us when we're stuffing our face with everything else.
I might just not eat that.
That's fine. Not eating is a choice that you can make. But if you bring a Tupperware of tuna and avocado,
yeah, it's bad.
It's on site.
It's bad
because then you're going to make everyone else feel bad. And that's not okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have to go out to the car and eat it in shame.
Sunday's a safe space.
What if I just do like 2 slices of pizza?
That's fine. It's
pretty much a diet.
Bringing other things like healthy food. If you bring a Tupperware on a Sunday, you're an asshole.
If we get pizza,
you could even order a salad from the pizza place. I wouldn't say shit to that. It's the Tupperware that's the problem.
Well, now I want pizza. Can we have one thing that is the color green on the pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peppers.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
But
all right, we're update on the group text.
But I am going to have a 6-pack by the Super Bowl, and we're going to be in the best shape of our lives.
Oh, I am too. Adding in my friend Dan from work, I said, hey guys, Dan from work here. I think we got to bail tonight. I'll be the first to say it. I'm out. And then Tom Lay said, it's the playoffs, Dan. Yeah, I know, but we can't make it. Sorry, guys. Great season.
My hero.
Okay. My Fyre Fest, simple. Thank you to everyone who watched Doug's streams. We won a natty on Wednesday night. Took me 7 years to win a natty. But my Fyre Fest is there was a point we played an incredible semifinal game, and in the overtime, I scored first, kicked the extra point. UNC scored second, kicked the extra point. UNC went third, scored, didn't get the 2-point conversion. I then scored, was getting ready to do the 2-point conversion, and the game gave me the option to kick the extra point, and I did. And it's the only thing I regret, because now a lot of people say asterisks no matter what. They say sliders, even though I show the sliders. I wish I had just gone for 2.
So you kicked the extra point. They didn't get their 2-point conversion.
They didn't get their 2-point conversion. The rule in college football is then I still have to go for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
When I pulled up the screen, it gave me the option to kick the extra point. I kicked it in 1. Some may say you should probably take it up with the EA developers, not me.
By the rules of the video game,
correct.
Won, but by the rules of college football, you did a play that doesn't count.
What I did was I gave the haters a spot.
Yeah.
To do an asterisk, which they were going to do anyway, but I was going to be able. I mentally, and even Max said that he was going to get in the chat and say asterisks. I wish in the moment memes that you had stopped me and said, "Hey, go for 2 anyway."
We got to get the win.
We had to get the win.
You should hang the banner, the championship banner that you make for yourself should just be a giant asterisk. Take it back.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Max memes. You guys got a Fyre Fest? If you don't have one, it's okay.
I do.
Let's go.
I have
a doozy.
I have one that may not. I know that how you guys are going to spin it.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to look bad on myself.
Uh-oh.
We would never do that.
Did you clog another toilet?
No. I'm going to start this by saying I love dogs.
Oh, no. What'd you do, Max?
I'm going to start this by saying I love dogs.
Okay, good that you've got that out there.
I'm going to...
You love fucking dogs?
First and foremost, I love dogs.
Okay.
I've moved into a new apartment this week.
Yeah.
I've been talking about my struggles with that. That in itself is the biggest Fyre fest that'll be going on for at least another month. Moving is the worst thing in the world.
You got a long weekend.
And it's also, I have a wedding 4 out of the next 5 weekends.
It's crazy how many weddings this guy's got to go to.
1 million weddings. I go to sleep my first night there, I wake up 6:15
in the dog's bedroom,
howling a howling dog that gets anxiety when his owner leaves.
Right next door.
6:15 on the dot every single day.
Have you met the dog yet?
No.
I have met the guy, very good guy. I've met the dog, good dog.
What type of dog?
I think it's got to be. I don't know.
Size. What size?
Give us a description of the dog.
Sounds like you didn't give the dog.
It's a medium-sized dog.
Sounds like you didn't pet the dog.
It sounds like you can't describe the dog.
It's a medium-sized dog.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Anything.
I don't know. It's like not like a toy dog, but it's not like a lab.
Stella?
Yes, kind of Stella size.
Okay.
And it's just. It's an issue.
What color is the dog?
It has woken me up at 6 o'clock every single day, and I'm just anxious that for the rest of my time in this apartment, I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock because it's not something you can complain about. You can't like go to.
Well, you could,
but what's the solution? There's no solution. The guy leaves for work, and the dog gets anxiety about the guy leaving for work.
What if the guy
howl cries?
I got a solution for you. What if you just make such good friends with the dog that you offer the guy, hey, I'll take your dog for a walk in the morning if you'd like.
We talked about that, but then I still have to get up. Then we still have to get up at 6 a.m.
Wait, no. What if he just opened your door and just let the dog run in?
I just leave my door wide open.
Well, you give him a key, and then he drops his dog off with you when he leaves.
But then the dog would just come in.
What is the dog?
I've thought about
is
all
the dog
of these
in a
options.
crate?
Is the guy single?
I have no idea.
So the easy option is whatever wall you share with him, which is what, the bedroom wall?
Yes.
He should put it. You should get the dog a crate and put it in the far wall.
I think it's a studio.
Oh,
so it's one room.
Because I looked at the when you get out of an elevator, there's like a fire escape thing that shows all the layouts. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a studio.
So this has been every single morning.
Every morning since I moved in.
So then you got to just.
Well,
tell
I haven't had.
All right, here's an idea. All right.
Which I think will be.
Here's an idea. Do we think the guy's a listener?
No.
Okay, great, perfect. We got to figure out where he works. We got to get him fired. That's easy. We got to get him fired.
Good. Yeah, it sounds.
Because then he won't have a job, and then he'll be at home all the time with his dog.
Or is he a single guy?
When I met him, he was by himself with the dog.
So it's just him in that apartment.
If I had to guess, yes.
So
couples don't move into a studio.
Yeah.
You need to get him a girlfriend.
Yeah, we got to hire a prostitute, Pretty Woman. We've seen the plot of that movie.
That's not a bad
Richard
idea.
Gere.
Yeah, she probably works nights.
Not a bad idea.
All right,
She'll
so
be around in the morning.
Prostitute girlfriend or get him fired. I would actually work in conjunction.
I kind of like the idea of Max just giving the guy a key and saying, "I'll look after dog in the mornings. Let him into my apartment."
But that doesn't say that doesn't help my problem. Like the dog.
No, it's not going to howl. It's got.
What about?
It's got separation anxiety.
But it's still going to wake me up.
No,
luckily it's only for like 5
in.
minutes, and then the dog's quiet, and I can go back to bed. But it's still like waking up at 6:15.
Earplugs.
Yeah,
sound machine.
Sound machine was our first.
Okay, sound machine, earplugs. Also, maybe like make a hole in between your apartments and have a dog door.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. There's
There's
an easy solution that I don't want to do because I'm stubborn
Kill
about it.
Kill the dog, Max?
No.
What the fuck?
I moved into a 2-bedroom. I could just it's the master that has 2 closets and a bathroom in it.
Yeah,
I could just go into the second.
You don't want to get bullied out.
Yeah,
by
exactly. That's exactly what I'm
you
thinking.
Can't do that.
Then I'm just like succumbing to the situation.
No,
then the dog.
I don't
wins.
know if that was the right word, but I used it.
Then the dog wins. So Max, you're a big Eagles fan. Have you thought about just wearing Mike Vick jerseys all the time around him, and then seeing what the guy maybe he moves out?
This explains why you've been yawning.
I just said stucks. It sucks. It stinks and it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Stop.
Imagine Max though, like wearing sunglasses, a big like bright green Philadelphia Eagles Mike Vick jersey, knocking on his door and be like, "Hey, your dog's giving me some problems in the next."
I thought about how frustrated I'm going to be after the first like NFL Sunday when I get home at 3:30 and the dog, and I just wake up 2.5 hours later to this dog just like when I say howling, like I feel bad for the dog like scream crying.
Yeah.
Like the sound of like and it's loud and it doesn't stop. It's just like
oh no.
Like for 5 straight minutes.
Max, can I put you on some game real quick?
What's that?
All right, one thing I've been doing recently and I got this.
Oh yeah, you have told me about that.
I got at nighttime, I got a blindfold that I put on to go to sleep that has these earphones in them. They're like Bluetooth earphones. So you can play like a podcast, you can play a video on YouTube, you put your phone, plug it in on the nightstand, and you can listen to it as you fall asleep, and it doesn't fall out, it doesn't hurt your ears. It's like very comfortable. If you have something going in your ears like that, you might not hear the dog in the morning. And when your alarm goes off, it'll play the alarm sound in your ears. So you don't have to worry about missing your alarm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Or you could kill the dog.
I'm not going to kill the dog.
You want to kill the dog.
I'm not going to kill the dog.
Did the thought cross your mind?
No.
No.
You have definitely
you thought about it.
No.
Thought about you deep dark down thoughts you've thought about it.
No.
Hey, who's the guy who that clip where he's like more 100, more 500, more?
Isn't that the cabin?
Oh,
Is that
that
the
was Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And someone asked me how many plays I'm going to add.
I
This
thought that was the
weekend.
beers thing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
automatic.
Someone asked me how many
I thought it was the same thing.
plays I'm going to add on Saturday.
College chicks, automatic.
All right, Memes, you got anything?
My apartment door keeps getting stuck because apparently when it's so humid out, wood expands.
That's a fact.
So I had to lube up my door with Vaseline for like 30 minutes and it still gets stuck.
Use Vaseline?
Yeah, that's what my building manager told me.
Not WD-40?
No, he said use that. Still gets stuck.
Oh, so you can't get out?
Yeah.
Or can't get in? Which harder?
Can't get in, so it looks like I'm breaking into my apartment every single time.
I love that.
Damn. That's worse than a dog.
Yeah.
Max hates dogs.
Love dogs.
Shane, what's up? Shane, did you see softball got canceled?
Did you see softball got canceled?
They said update. They said some number I don't have said just send us Pug and keep the other 4. And I said okay, deal. And they said oh shit, wait, Pug is out of town. Back to canceled. So we're canceled. It's Tom Lay and his friends, right? That's the problem.
Yeah. And we've forfeited so many times. I think it's the biggest problem is I think it's an awkward conversation for the guy because the guy asked us last week, will you be able to field a team this week? We said yes.
Who?
Like the league manager.
But you're never playing in this league again.
I know. That's what I'm
out.
thinking.
League manager, if you're a listener, hit me up.
He'll be happy to get
Yost.
Yost.
Hit me up. $100 free gift card to StellaBlue.com. StellaBlueCoffee.com. All right? We figured this out. All right,
Yep.
numbers.
3.
20.
1. 8.
56.
21.
90? Is that 90? Looks like 90. 90.
Love you guys.